running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many ones that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show
and so passionate, every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
All right, let's get it rolling, boys. Morning. How's it going? Well, let's get these games. Well, let's get these games knocked out. And then we're gonna move on to the good, quote-unquote good news, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, no shit. I saw that fucking dumbass lady try to play catch with flashbangs. She fucked her hand up. Stupid ass. Oh, it's that Winnie the Pooh game. You know what I haven't seen in a while? Why hasn't IGN done any reviews lately?
Times we feel misunderstood when those around think we're no good. To them we're an abomination. Deep inside is your creation. Play a virus, spread infection. Place your shapes in his cross-section. We mutate for his protection. Learn new actions each selection. When his friends come to sedate him, it's our turn to automate him. Place your shapes, combine attacks. Command his brain to help fight back.
Man.
Unlock research in new breakthroughs. Evolve beyond what bears should do. We must survive. It is our cause. This story is not what it was.
It's kind of funny, the name of that game, dude. The name of that game is ridiculous. Oh, let's see. High Guard launched yesterday. And that was a calamity fucking fuck fest. It lost half of its player base in 3 hours. Oh yeah, we got some Space Marines goodies. Ooh. Now we gotta check the Space Marines out. What the hell's going on with this thing? Oh! This is a work in progress. Final version is subject to change. Yo, this looks sick. It's like a straight up melee build. That's crazy cool. Oh, they're continuing Dragon Ball Super? Really? Dragon Ball Beerus Super. That is a Dragon Ball Super Beerus. So they're actually going to continue Dragon Ball Super. Ooh. Hell yeah. Yo, that's mega hype.
Do you enjoy the pain of losing to a Viltrumite?
This is your last chance to show me you can learn.
I'm going to be all over that.
Come on. It's time. Too slow. You'll wait for this.
My turn now. Unacceptable! I'll crush you!
Man, that fighting just does not look very good. I'm so sorry, dude. I really want this game to be good because I love the show. But man, that fighting looks like trash. You're like literally glitching into the characters now. Like, what are we doing? Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, like right there. Hold on. That looks like shit. What is that? What the fuck is that, bro?
Unacceptable! I'll crush you! You're nothing! Let's get serious! Nothing!
Them combos are slick, though. I'll say that. The combos look really good.
Your education begins here.
Oh! Oh! Bro, she just straight up pimp slapped him, bro.
You're not worthy of my effort! Get that through your skull!
Hey, you win some, you lose some, right? Oh, High Guard is a joke. We're not even gonna watch that. That just looks like dog shit. Oh my god, we could actually... I'm gonna watch this trailer, because it's on IGN. I thought people were joking.
まだ誰も見たことのない究極の戦士そいつの名前はスーパーサイヤ人ゴッド
Oh. Oh, yeah, boy.
実にまずいぞ。39年ぶりにあのお方が
宇宙一強い
破壊神ビルス様が目を覚まされている。
破壊の神様。
地球の諸君とはにさようなら
このままでは地球はなくなってしまう。
僕はね眠いんだよ
I can't with that Goku voice, bro. I can't with that voice. I can't with that Goku voice. That Goku voice is so fucking weird.
破壊神だとふざけるのもいい加減にしやがれ。
That ain't it either.
力を見せてやろ
5人の正しい心を持つサイヤ人が手をつないで1人のサイヤ人に心をつなげれば
Is this like a remake? I thought this was supposed to like be a
う見せて
continuation.
くれスーパーサイヤ人ゴッドの力を
スーパーサイヤ人ゴッド少なくとも同等の神になったんですよ
Dragon Ball Super Heroes.
この俺が認めた最強のサイヤ人。
Oh, it's a remake. Lame. Nobody wants to see a fucking 6-episode remake. Dude, the original Super series was way too good to remake. Garbage. I was let down. I'm disappointed. Don't nobody want to see a remake, bro. What the hell you need a remake for? Actually stupid. They're just trying to cash in, that's all. No, it doesn't. They just finished Super. Why the fuck would they try to remake it already? Every episode I watched of Super was amazing. Even the fillers, there wasn't even that many. What the fuck you need a remake for? Did they totally just trying to cash in? This is gonna be the downfall of Dragon Ball right there. That's gonna be the downfall. It's gonna be just like Marvel. That's it. It's done. It's cooked.
Everyone, this is your
It's
daily
over.
dose of internet. She was gonna be late for work, but this police officer had her back.
Oh, so sorry. Check out Daily Dose of the Internet.
Can you say that for my boss real quick?
The train is closed, the station.
For like how long?
2-3 hours at least. She's excused.
Thank you.
Dang. Bro just covered.
Throw it.
What's a kitty?
What the
Hi,
hell?
kitty.
Are you a magical cat?
Baddie. What? Baddie. Bad knee. Yeah, I have a bad knee.
This guy built a tiny robot that copies his facial expression.
That's kind of funny.
Give me a dunk, baby. Oh my. Oh!
In the eyes.
They're like stars.
Whoa!
Okay, what?
This dog has crazy fast
Huh.
reflexes.
Damn! Bro, you driving this fast on the interstate, you're asking for trouble. You are asking for trouble, especially on a motorcycle. 120, 130. He's in the death wobble. He's in the death wobble. Ooh! Oh, he just got so lucky. Oh! Bro, I don't think anybody expected that. I thought he was just gonna go through the damn steps. I didn't think the whole goddamn porch would fall. I guarantee you what did it is this dirt. Dirt's really fucking heavy. People don't understand how heavy potted plants are, bro. Potted plants are fucking heavy.
$1,700 pieces.
Huh.
It's alive.
Why? Are you gonna fast forward that?
The sun let out a huge solar flare the other day, and it caused some crazy auroras around the world.
Oh. That's crazy. It's insane to think that it takes us months at a time just to get in and figure out how to land on the moon, and then we finally get in on the moon, right? And it takes the sun's solar flares like a couple days to get from the sun and then all the way to us. Think about how fast that is. Dude, I don't know what it is about the bird ones. These ones crack me up.
This might be the worst bag of chips ever.
Unopened bag of chips. This, it sounds like 2 crumbs in here. Open that, let me see what's in there. Are we serious? For real?
What the heck?
All that one. What the fuck? That person has to know, right? There's no way.
Birdie, is Daddy not paying attention? Did you put that ball there?
Oh my god.
There's There's an art installation in Sydney.
Bro, that's Dad of the Year right there, boy. Ho, 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 ho. Bro was on that. Oh! Ho, 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 ho.
There's an art installation in Sydney that puts your eyes on a big screen when you use the binoculars.
That's creepy. I don't like that. That's weird, bro.
So it turns out baby elephants love playing tag.
Ah! Ah!
This YouTuber made a katana completely out of paper.
Why? Oh, it's like, okay, so it's not, I'm like just one piece of paper, but no, it's like folded. You know what's insane? You know they found out that if you shred newspaper and you lay it over top of each other and you interlock it and you freeze it, it can actually stop a 50 caliber round. Paper's incredible.
So this is what it looks like when a parrot grows a new feather.
What the fuck? That's crazy looking. Huh. Whoops. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Like a scene from a cartoon.
Oh, I remember this. I remember watching this. The seal's just stuck on top of this little like ice thing. And there's a bear. Oh no, maybe it's something else. No, isn't it this? Oh no, it's totally this one. And then he gets away, right? Yep.
He saw his owners making snow angels and wanted to join in. I guess when someone loses a trampoline in a storm, someone else gains one. An unexpected guest
They just had a whole trampoline delivered to their house, dude. It was not there. And then there it is.
An unexpected guest showed up at their picnic.
The cow! Yo, cows are the nosiest damn animal I've ever seen. They are nosier than cats. And they're so goddamn big, too. Damn! Just straight up eating their food, man. That looks crazy. They're actually moving the clouds around.
His cat decided that nap time was over.
Shit.
This is addicting.
This guy made a glow-in-the-dark wall using a mixture of paint and glow powder.
That's sick, bro. What? Yo. I was not expecting that. Yo, if I was a child, that would be the best thing in the world right there. I'd never fucking leave the house. Straight up. I'd be sitting in a room in pitch darkness, drawing on that until people would diagnose me with being like a cave dweller or something. Straight up. That's sick. It can even glow whenever the light's on? You're taking the pins.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You guys need to stop.
It's just fluff everywhere, bro.
Understand? I've had enough of it.
I'm actually gonna. I'm actually gonna. My house is right there. Bro.
just got played by a deer. Oh my god, what? Jesus.
Oh, lion. What the scenery? Oh, they're fighting.
Now Rhino's like, bitch, please. Oh, nope.
She found a way to include her cat in bath time.
That's awful. That's awful. I fucking, dude. What the fuck is that? What is that? Is that a human or an alien? Like, what is that?
That is this video. Are you hoping?
Oh, yo, W, daily dose of internet. Oh, man, now we gotta get into the bullshit. Oh, okay. Let me take 5. Let me take 5. Okay. All right. Now, supposedly, Trump made a deal with Tim Walz yesterday. The deal was that they would take out half of the ICE agents from Minnesota as long as they turned over all of their illegal immigrants that they have incarcerated over to the DHS. That was the deal for what I understand. So let's see how things are playing out.
Director, thank you. What do we know about this encrypted message group? I know this is not the FBI's investigation.
It may not pertain to this video, but that's the narrative that we've got so far.
When you have well-organized groups like this that are going after law enforcement, I would imagine that will fall under the purview of the FBI.
Yeah, Sean, it's great to be with you. And look, the ongoing investigation involving the shooting last week is being led by DHS, and of course, we're supporting our interagency partners there. The Signal Chat group is information we collect from the public because we repeatedly request the public provide us with information they have. And what we are going to do is what we have been doing across the country under President Trump's leadership to deliver this historic success from year to year. It's not a trust me situation. It's a look at the last year. It's a look at what we did when the FBI opened up their task force in the state of Virginia under President Trump and our great partners at DOJ and the Attorney General. We wiped out crime in the state, and we're going to do that in every single city. We've done it for the whole year.
The only problem is that it's not on IGN. It's not necessarily the trailer. It's like the individual channels, because if I react to a video, that channel can copy strike me, and that's a big negative to the channel. I don't want to deal with that. Now, if it were to come out on IGN or PlayStation, for sure. It looks like it might be interesting.
Specific investigation, what you do generally speaking is you send out subpoenas, you collect data, you put people in grand juries, and you find out who broke the law. And if anyone broke the law and incited violence, remember, that's the key here. We are not going after people and infringing on their freedom of speech to peacefully protest. We are definitely not going after people.
No, they're not. They're not going after people who are free, like, freedom of speech isn't threatening somebody. You could flip the bird off to a police officer and be fine. But the minute you say that I'm going to kill you, that's a threat. That's a threat. When you even if you yell and you're being very aggressive with your language towards a police officer, it is a form of assault. Just so we're aware, like, that you can be charged with assault in some states. It is a form of assault. But I love you, drive safe. So, like, I think that this is a good thing. I think that the government needs to crack down on these people that are using these online sites to incite violence. Like, if they're going on and talking about killing political people, or, for example, what happened, like, with Kirk, of, like, them talking about how they wanted to kill his family, too. They need to crack down on this rhetoric big time in all of these, like, across Discord, Reddit, everything. Because it's not within your rights to threaten people. It's not. It's not a freedom of speech. It's illegal because it's just illegal. But if you're like, this guy fucking sucks, don't vote for him, that's perfectly within your bounds.
Their Second Amendment right to bear arms. Only if you incite violence and or threaten to do harm to law enforcement officials and break the law in any other way does it become an investigatory matter. So this Signal Chat is something that we, the FBI, are looking at and spearheading.
Is the FBI also involved in looking into this raid on this church and the FACE Act? And I understand that there's another arrest that happened just prior to the program?
Yeah, Sean, thanks. Just breaking literally right now. Another example of what we do at the FBI when we team up with state and local partners and the interagency and President Trump's backing of the blue and the Attorney General of the Department of Justice's prosecutions is this FBI has already arrested the 4 individuals responsible for the vehicle damage just a week ago in Minnesota.
Oh, I remember that.
During that incident.
That's how everyone figured out that they have specific targets they're going after in Minneapolis.
Information.
So that's why they're not really using the whole, they can't ask citizens for paperwork, and it's like, well, actually they have probable cause because they have specific targets and, like, not necessarily their last known location because the police in Minneapolis won't turn that information over, but a criteria of where they can look for them.
Sensitive information was stolen from that vehicle relating to FBI and federal agents' personal data. People put that information out and threaten the lives of federal agents, wives, and children.
And they wonder why these agents are wearing face masks. I wonder why.
Just tonight, we arrested a second individual out in the West Coast for threatening agents by stealing that information. And just a couple of days ago, we had our first arrest on an individual who did the same thing. In between, this FBI led the charge to arrest those involved with violating the FACE Act while impeding unlawfully the rights of people to worship in their houses of worship at the church in Minneapolis. A FACE Act violation is a federal charge. This is what we're talking about. This is what you're talking about, Sean. Do not let the media cement a false narrative. Let these investigations run its course.
Well, like, that's the thing, and I'm going to keep saying it every time we watch these videos. ICE agents are police. They're federal police. They can charge you with felonies, which is a big thing. As far as crimes go, felonies are the worst. So if they stop you and they're charging you with a felony, you're cooked. Like, you really messed up.
Let us do our job with our interagency and state and local partners, and let's all take a breath and calm down the situation, because when investigations like this are run properly, like we've done under President Trump's leadership, that's the only way you can drop the murder rate 20 points. That's the only way you can have 6 top 10 captures by this FBI in 1 year. And that's the only way we can keep our children safe and do things like arrest 500% more people who are threatening our children online in nihilistic, violent, extremist networks.
Well, it's
and there's
certainly
so
not
much
helpful.
more.
When you use Nazi analogies and call ICE agents Gestapo, there's nobody that's been more pro-Second Amendment than yours truly. I've had a pistol carry permit in New York City. I've had it in California when I lived there, in Alabama, in Georgia, back when I went to New York, and now in the free state of Florida. But with that comes a big responsibility.
Yes, sir. It's just like when you drive a car. Remember, your right to carry is just like driving a car on the roadway. They tell you right off the bat, it's not a necessity. It's not. Whatever you drive on the roadway, it's not a right. It's a damn, what was it called?
People on air. Well, Hannity, what gun should I get? I said the one you're willing to get trained in the safe use of.
Right.
And I've also told stories that, in situations, if I knew I was on camera and I could get away from a confrontation.
Privilege. No, it's a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege. It's a privilege that our country has, and you have to be responsible when you use your Second Amendment. You have to be above everybody else and know right from wrong. You can't just pull out your gun for somebody trying to threaten you. Like, you can't meet lethal force with non-lethal force. They have to, try to attack you with, like, something. Even if somebody tries to swing at you, that doesn't give you grounds to pull a firearm. Like, a firearm is lethal force. You don't point a firearm at anything you don't intend to kill.
Knowing that I had the ability to defend myself, I would turn and hightail it and run rather than ever have to pull out a weapon.
Exactly.
If you have a weapon, do you belong in an environment that is as contentious as this weekend? Do you bear responsibility knowing that you have a firearm with you, what that could do to a situation?
Well, Sean, like you said, we truly, fully support the Second Amendment, people's right to bear arms. But when you enter into a situation, a volatile situation like Minnesota, where there were riots on the streets and people attacking federal law enforcement officers and ramming them with vehicles and continued criminality and
it is kind of crazy to think it is actually kind of hard to get your hands on a firearm. I mean, yes, as long as you don't have a criminal background, which is kind of how a lot of kids end up with them with school shootings and stuff. But as an adult, as an older adult, it's actually kind of hard to, because they check your background before you actually purchase the firearm. And from what I understand, every individual firearm dealership, I'm going to call it a dealership just for context reasons, but they have the choice not to sell a firearm to you. So if they see like a misdemeanor or anything on your record that is even remotely bad, they can refuse to sell you a firearm, and you'd have to go somewhere else. Like, straight up. Well, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to sell you the gun as long as you don't have any heavy felonies and you pass a background check, but they don't necessarily have to.
Federal vehicles and stealing information.
Because you have to keep in mind, it's a private store. It's private, so...
To ask people what's prudential, what's smart, and it's not smart to go out there with a fully loaded weapon. We're just saying be careful and be reasonable, like you've outlined. If you have a right to a permit for a firearm, that's okay, but you cannot incite violence and you cannot break the law and attack federal law enforcement officers.
I don't speed anymore, but when I did, and I got pulled over once or twice, and I had a firearm on me, a loaded firearm. I put my hands out the window. Officer comes up to the window. First thing
Arms,
I say,
yeah, that
"Officer,
would make
I
more
have
sense.
a
Dealer.
Pistol carry permit, and I have a loaded weapon in the car." Immediately, because they never know what they're walking into. They have no idea who is on the other side of a gun.
I'm not talking about like person to person. That's a whole different ball game. You can sell a gun to anybody. In certain states. In certain states, you can't just do that. You have to register every firearm. But like in certain states, you can actually just sell firearms to other individuals. However, there's a lot of laws and regulations that come with that. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, subsection 16 states that. I don't fucking know the laws like that. I do know that some states you can sell firearms to other people, but the thing is if that person has a felony, you could catch a charge too if you're not careful. And the second thing is that if you know they have a felony and you still sell them that gun, that firearm, you can get into a lot of serious trouble. So, there's laws on top of laws. It's obviously very regulated as it is. I don't think a lot of people give the regulation that we have for firearms enough credit. There's a lot of laws that protect people and protect firearm and have like protections everywhere. And the thing is that it's not necessarily that we lack the laws, it's that we lack the enforcement to the laws. That's where I think a lot of our everything really falls apart, is that they just don't enforce the laws like they should be.
Or the other side of a confrontation. And I hope people keep that in mind. They deserve to go home to their families also. FBI Director Kash Patel.
Sean.
We appreciate you being with us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Yeah, there's also that, like, especially if you go to a mob, like that's kind of why I think that they should make it illegal to, like, if you're going to a protest, like, you've seen how the protests have been in Minneapolis, like, they've been pretty rough now for about 2-3 weeks, almost a month. So you know what a lot of these people are doing. It's no, you're not going to hide that, man. So yeah, someone else could have grabbed that firearm. You could have fallen and it discharged. Especially with all those people bumping into each other. Like bringing a firearm to a protest in general where you know things have been getting violent, it's just a bad idea. If you're really that scared for your life that you have to bring a firearm to a protest, then maybe you're not doing the right thing. Like, let's be honest here. And even still, if people start attacking you and you open fire into a crowd of people, you're going to have a lot of problems on your hands. Like, the down the road thought process for bringing a firearm to violent protests and or rioting wasn't very thought out.
Circumstances which led to that moment on Saturday. This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota. For weeks,
No. if the ICE agents were in the wrong at all, they need to be charged with throw the book at them for sure. No, I'm not defending if the guy didn't even have the firearm on him or he wasn't reaching for it like he was trying to shoot them. If that's what was going on, then, the guy kind of got what was coming to him. But if the ICE agents had disarmed him prior, they're still doing an investigation on it. We'll find out more in a couple weeks or a week or so. And if that's the case, then the ICE agents that did it need to go to jail. They need to catch them felonies, bro, for sure. Like,
Governor Walz,
hardcore.
Mayor Jacob Fry, and other...
And you can't, like, it's just like if a police officer had done that, dude. Like, you gotta make sure that everyone's staying in their own lane, I'm not gonna be like, oh, ICE could never do anything. No, dude, there's always rotten apples in the bunch. It happens. You gotta hold them accountable, but you can't just not do your job. That's not how it works.
Democrats were spreading lies about federal law enforcement officers who are risking their lives daily to remove the worst criminal illegal aliens from our streets: murderers, rapists, pedophiles, human traffickers, and gang members.
I keep hearing about this Rudder House guy. Rudder House gun mob. God damn it. Rudder House protester. They keep saying Rudder. It's Rutter. Organization of 18-year-old Kyle Ruttenhouse. Oh, it's Ruttenhouse. It's Ruttenhouse. Yep. Sorry. That was my fault. Misread that. 3 people during a protest following the police shooting of Jacob Blake and I mean, think of it this way. Think of it like this. If you get charged with having a gun in a protest, that's a less sentence than catching three murder charges. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, if you knowingly bring a firearm into a protest, and even if it's not illegal currently, but if it is illegal, and you do end up saving somebody or yourself, then, I mean, all they can really charge you with is the felony for having the firearm. I mean, that's it.
Governor Walz and Mayor Fry have shamefully blocked...
It's not like it's life in prison.
Local and state police from cooperating with ICE, actively inhibiting efforts to arrest violent criminals.
I do feel like if you have a license to carry, it should be different, though. I feel like if you have a license to conceal carry, it's different for Texas because you can conceal an open carry. So, like, it definitely depends on the state. There's a whole lot of, like, crap that can go along with that. But at the same time, if you're part of a protest, I just don't think that it should be... I just don't think you should be able to bring a gun into a protest, because, like, if your gun misfires while you're not even handling it, it, like, it could, like, cause people to scatter, it could ricochet off the concrete and end up striking and killing somebody. It could, let's say you end up having to pull your gun out and you end up striking, you fire shots off, and it ends up killing somebody. Like, there's just so much that can go wrong with that mob mentality. It just
use their platform.
And it's just nothing that I can really pull that's good out of that.
record, confront, and obstruct federal officers who were just trying to lawfully perform their duties.
I mean, you've got that, like, 1 in a million, like, Rittenhouse, but it's just, there's so much more that can go wrong with it that, and even if you do bring a gun to a crowd, sure, let's say you do bring a gun to a protest, don't resist arrest. Don't resist arrest.
Created dangerous situations threatening both these officers and the general public and Minnesotans alike. This is precisely what unfolded in Minneapolis on Saturday morning. Obstructing federal law enforcement and inciting violence against officers is wrong and illegal.
Yeah, that is another key point there. They are rioting. They're not actually protesting, they're rioting. Like, they are. Everything they're doing, standing in the road and everything is all rioting. Like, that's all against the law anyway. So, like, what does it matter? If you're going to break the law by being there and blocking the roadway, you're automatically breaking the law anyway. The only thing is that it hasn't been enforced. That's the problem, is that they're not enforcing the law down there.
A universally accepted position in the United States. Amid the hysteria, we must remember how we got here to this moment today, and what this Democrat opposition is about.
No,
Former President
ICE
Joe
is not
Biden and the
Gestapo.
Democrats
We're gonna
opened
ban
America's
you.
borders for 4 years, inviting tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world to flood into our country. Among them, violent criminals who terrorized American communities and have inflicted devastating, permanent pain and harm on law-abiding Americans and their families. Yet we never saw outrage from Democrats or their allies in the liberal media
Yeah, well, they ain't
over
gotta worry
these
about it now.
horrifying crimes
Goodbye.
against U.S. citizens. The pain of American angel families was ignored and dismissed because it undermined the Democrat narrative.
How is ICE acting like Gestapo? So whenever they see the protesters, they're getting out of their car and unloading lethal rounds into the crowd. You do realize that if this was the Gestapo, people would be too scared to protest. The Gestapo would stop their cars, get out, and unload lethal rounds into the crowd just to disperse them. Straight up. The Gestapo didn't give a fuck, dude. How can you compare this to anything like Nazi Germany? You're crazy. You're actually crazy. And you're banned too, so bye-bye.
Jocelyn Nungray, Laken Riley, and Rachel Morin are just a few of the many victims savagely murdered by illegal alien criminals. Earlier this month, an illegal alien from Mexico with a long criminal history who came into our country under Joe Biden's administration threw a baseball-sized stone at a school bus carrying children in New Jersey and fractured the skull of an 8-year-old innocent child. President Trump promised accountability to these American families by securing the border, deporting every illegal alien who has committed crimes, especially and most importantly, violent crimes. Nearly 80 million Americans voted for him to deliver on that very promise.
All the more reason. If you're from Germany, you shouldn't be commenting on American politics or nothing like Germany.
Of the people by arresting and removing these
I
threats
highly doubt you're actually from Germany.
from our country in cities from Los Angeles to New York and, yes, Minneapolis. Yet Democrat leaders in Minnesota with sanctuary city policies have actively defied federal immigration law and the will of the people. And as a result of that defiance, 2 Minnesotans have now tragically lost their lives on the streets of Tim Walz's state. It is President Trump's hope and wish and demand for the resistance and chaos to end
That still blows. You do realize that Obama praised himself for how many people he deported too? You do realize this, right? It's just because it's the Tangerine Warlord, you guys seem to have a problem with it. What's wrong with the Tangerine Warlord? I don't get it.
President Trump spoke with Governor Walz directly this morning, and he has outlined a clear and simple path to restoring law and order in Minnesota. Number 1, Governor Walz, Mayor Fry, and all Democrat leaders should turn over all criminal illegal aliens currently incarcerated in their prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with any illegal aliens with active warrants or known criminal histories for immediate deportation.
Conflict?
Number 2.
What conflict with Maduro? Bro, we walked into Venezuela and treated that bitch like a daycare, bro. We walked in there like with a student was like, no, you can't do this. Come on, Maduro. You gotta go now. Bro, we rolled up in that bitch. It took us 3 hours to fix Venezuela.
2. State and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens who are arrested by
That wasn't a conflict, bro.
local police. And then thirdly, local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted.
I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna double back on that one. There's one thing that I don't like about that. The local police, it is not their responsibility to catch illegal immigrants. Well, I mean, they should turn over all the illegal immigrants they have in their system, yes. But what they shouldn't be doing is running around doing what ICE is doing. That is the reason why ICE is there. ICE is there to catch the illegal immigrants. Law enforcement need to work with ICE, yes, but the last thing they need to be doing is taking away from their own citizens in Minneapolis to help ICE, other than like giving them last known locations of illegal immigrants and stuff like that. But the law enforcement need to be enforcing and doing their standard job by holding back these rioters and dispersing these rioters and keeping the people that want to peacefully protest where they need to be. You could call the police departments. This is how it works even in Texas. You can call the police departments and be like, yo, we want to do a protest. Can we do a protest? And what we can do is we'll treat it like a fair, right? Or not a fair, a parade. If we can block off this section and this section, then, you know, we'll take it over for a few hours and then we'll disperse after, right? That's usually, like, you can totally coordinate with the local police and they will be all in for it, right? You probably even have the police join in. But what they don't want is that. They want to riot. They want to loot. They want to destroy vehicles. They want to stand in the roadway unlawfully. That's what they want. If they wanted to do it peacefully, there's so many things that you could do. Even the fire departments would probably show up. Like, what better way to rally a community if you're peacefully protesting than to act like it's a parade? You know, like, make it more lawful and stop trying to turn everything into anarchy. You'd be surprised how many departments would be, even if they didn't agree with what you're saying, they'd probably be like, hell yeah, let's get together with the community. They want to support this. Let's do it. Like, it just blows my mind that these people, like, there's so many ways to do this lawfully, but they just won't do it. You know?
For crimes, especially violent crimes. If Governor Walz and Mayor Frey implement these common sense cooperative measures that I will add have already been implemented in nearly every single other state across the country, Customs and Border Patrol will not be needed to support ICE on the ground in Minnesota. ICE and local law enforcement can peacefully work together, as they are effectively doing in so many other states and jurisdictions. Additionally, President Trump is calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation ending sanctuary cities once and for all. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding citizens only, not for dangerous illegal alien criminals who broke our nation's laws and do not belong here. We hope Governor...
Well, just because lawful doesn't work doesn't give you the right to break the law. I'm mad now, so I'm going to break the law. That's not how that works.
Walz will do the right thing and continue to work with President Trump to keep the American people safe following their call this morning. Americans overwhelmingly want exactly what President Trump is delivering: strong borders and strict immigration enforcement.
I like how all women that are down at protests have highlighter neon-style hair with nose rings and act like the world should cater to them.
Against the worst illegal aliens, of which there are still hundreds of thousands to deport from the interior of our country. The most peaceful way to carry out this vital public safety mission is for Republicans and Democrats to do it together, and for state and local law enforcement to work together with federal law enforcement. We want to let cops be cops. You wouldn't know this continues to be a very popular policy position from the biased media coverage over the course of the last few days, but polling shows huge support for this exact thing President Trump is calling for. More than 80% of Americans favor deporting illegal aliens convicted of violent crimes. A country unable to legally is no country at all.
Hey everyone, I'm
Yeah, I
Emily
agree.
Campagno.
And you know
Catch
what?
me
You
and
know
my
what we should do
co-host-
with politicians that have broken the law? They should go to jail too. Like all that fucking insider trading that Nancy Pelosi's done to make millions over the years, or all these people that have made millions over the years doing that sketch shit, they all need to go to jail. They all need to go to jail. And if come to find out that Trump is in the fucking Epstein files, his ass need to go to jail too. They all need to go to jail. You break the law, you go to jail. You think that's going to change? What the fuck?
Productive call with Minnesota leaders after speaking with both Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob
Come on.
to try and reach an agreement of how to ease tensions on the and amid the ongoing clashes in the state.
And Border Czar Tom Homan now preparing to meet with Mayor Fry today as well.
Bro, if you look at how he used to look and you look at how he looks now, bro, man, this job aged him like 50 years.
After being deployed,
He looks
by
like
President
crap now, bro. He lost weight. He's lost most of his hair. It's all gray now.
Trump.
Matt Finn is live in Minneapolis with the details. Matt, coming together.
Hi, Ainsley. Yeah, the Trump administration is making some major strategic changes here in Minnesota. Tom Homan is now going to be the main point of contact on the ground and will report directly to the president. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Pavino had been acting as a lead here, even recently hosting daily press conferences. But Pavino is now returning
His own thoughts
to be
aged him.
sector chief in El Centro, California, and other Border Patrol agents are leaving Minnesota as well. Tom Homan will be calling the shots. Fox has previously reported that Homan operates differently than Bavino, whose aggressive tactics are considered more aligned with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and top White House advisor Stephen Miller. It was also announced that Noem is set to testify before the House Judiciary Committee on March 3rd. Now, yesterday, the president said he had constructive calls with Governor Walz and Mayor Fry. Writing afterwards, Governor Tim Walz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength. I told Governor Walz that I would have Tom Homan call him and that what we are looking for are any and all criminals that they have in their possession. Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said Homan was on a plane here to Minnesota yesterday. The president says Homan will meet with Mayor Fry today. And DHS tells Fox it is reviewing body camera video from officers involved in the shooting death of Alex Preddy on Saturday. Preddy was seen using a cell phone video to take video and was getting near immigration agents. DHS is also investigating the possibility that the gun Preddy had on him, which video appears to show an officer removing, may have accidentally fired after Preddy was on the ground. And last night, agitators continued their campaign.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then you should put the ICE officer that shot and killed him in jail, or however many it was. And then you know what you do? You continue with your investigation. It happens all the time in law enforcement. You don't think people get shot and killed by law enforcement all the time by accident? Like, they've made movies about that kind of shit. It happens. I wouldn't necessarily say it's anyone's specific fault unless they were actually a piece of shit. And if that's the case, then they need to go to jail for even longer. But either way, like, you do your investigation and then you charge them with whatever they did wrong and then you put them in jail. There's always bad apples in any branch of anything. It happens.
Targeting hotels where they think immigration agents are staying and making as much noise as possible to prevent agents from getting rest. Agitators gathered outside a hotel in Maple Grove where they think Bovino was staying. A video shows...
I mean, you have to think, like, it's a high-stress situation, right? You've got a bunch of people screaming and yelling, pushing past blockades. You've got them throwing stuff at you. You've got... Because, like, they take the water bottles and they freeze them and they throw them. They take, like, rocks and they put them inside of the snowballs and throw them at, like, the officers. Like, it's a high-stress situation. Like I said, it takes a special kind of person to deal with the crowd like that. And you hear, like, a gunshot go off and you're immediately, like, adrenaline. You know, it's going to make you do some stupid shit. It does, for sure.
Officers taking people into custody. We're working to firm up the number of arrests. Now, DHS claims that threats against ICE officers has now gone up more than 8,000%. Back to you guys in New York.
Matt, is that new? I mean, remember on Sunday night, it didn't seem like cops were doing anything. And now it looks like they were wrestling some guys who wouldn't leave to the ground. Does that show a new stance when it comes to what locals are willing to do for the federal agents?
Well, ICE is not leaving, and I'm going to ban you for calling them Gustavo because they're not Gustavo. Obviously stupid if you think that. They're not leaving. They made a deal with Tim Walz, and if Tim Walz doesn't keep up his side of the bargain, then...
What's interesting is that was in Maple Grove, which is a suburb. They released a statement saying, we don't tolerate that type of violence here.
Okay.
Look at it this way. You don't want ICE to leave Minnesota, because if ICE leaves Minnesota, then a lot more states are just going to not follow federal laws. Why do we have a federal government if the states don't want to fall in line under the federal government? Why even bother to go out and vote for a president at that point? Our entire democracy will fall apart. It will absolutely fall apart.
Side of the city of Minneapolis where we are. So two different, perhaps, policies there. Yeah.
All right. Maybe suburbs have a different approach. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
So we've been watching all of this. Thank you, Matt. We've been watching all this unrest for weeks now. And on both sides, people are saying, okay, something has to be done. The president saw that. He's changing leadership on his side in Minnesota. And then he is extending the olive branch, calls the governor, calls the local mayor of Minneapolis, Mayor Fry, has productive conversations. Everyone involved has said that. Tim Walz said, I had a productive call with President Trump earlier today. And he said, I told him, could we roll the prompter? Thank you so much. I told him we need impartial investigations of the Minneapolis shootings involving federal agents and that we need to reduce the number of federal agents in Minnesota. And then Mayor Fry said, I spoke with President Trump this afternoon and appreciated the conversation. I expressed how much Minneapolis has benefited from our immigrant communities and was clear that my main
Oh, I bet. They've benefited so much that you guys are losing a seat. You guys are losing a representative seat. That's kind of a lot of benefiting you got going on over there, huh, guys?
Minneapolis will continue to cooperate with state and federal law enforcement on real criminal investigations, but we will not participate in unconstitutional arrests of our neighbors. So they're agreeing to work together. Tom Homan's going to meet with both of them today.
But number one, Metro Surge is going to end when the president's going to end. It's nice of him to go to assert himself. He has to add those little additional sentences because that's what he does. I mean, he says this has got to end. They don't work. Local is not working with federal officials on these cases. They're not opening up their jails. That's one thing that Tom Homan will ask for today. Say, we need access to these guys, so we don't have to wait outside the jail when you release them and then hunt them down again. That's what makes it bad. Also, if we can communicate with you when maybe you can secure the perimeter when we have to move on dangerous illegal immigrant criminals, that would certainly benefit. And I'm not sure it violates your sanctuary city policies, but I think that like every good leader.
I noticed that a lot. Like, why didn't y'all advocate for the release of the Epstein files with Biden? You do realize that, like, Biden had 4 years with the files and not once was that brought up. But I mean, Trump's done a lot more with the files than any other president, so, which has been Trump and then Biden and then Trump again, but. Why didn't well, that's right, Ice baby.
Have a plan that's not effective and you see it escalating out of control, you have to come up with another plan. And that plan is Tom Homan to come in there and just say, all right, I don't know what the past has been with you, Mayor and Governor. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm hoping to do. What are you hoping to do? So he listens. He gets some marching orders. Then he goes and meets with agents who I understand feel there's absolutely no leadership from Christine Holm and Greg Bavino. They feel totally out of touch. So hopefully Tom Homan will address those leadership gaps and then maybe put the people in place that will be effective in implementing this plan to get illegal immigrants, the worst of the worst, out of major cities. It's been effective in New Orleans, been effective in Memphis, been effective in Washington, D.C., and I think it's even been effective in Chicago.
Well, yeah, and look, this is a positive step forward because President Trump realizes that, two things can be true at the same time. The country wholeheartedly wants violent, criminal, illegal aliens out of this country, while at the same time, they're not comfortable with what we're seeing in Minneapolis. And President Trump's already getting results because he's changed Fry and Walz to open their door to consider actually cooperating.
Well, you know why? Because next Sunday. No, this Sunday. It is this Sunday. This Sunday, the funding gets cut off. This Sunday, they're donezo. their funding gets completely cut off. So they have to come up with something, or else they're going to run out of money.
ICE went in the first place. ICE didn't have to go in there, but for the fact that these cities that are sanctuary jurisdictions were letting these criminal aliens loose. Caroline Levitt talked a little bit about yesterday, saying that there's no need for ICE, CBP, Border Patrol to be in these places if you would just have cooperation. Now, with those statements you just read, Ainsley, I think that's showing that President Trump has actually opened up a door.
Look,
it's changed the game.
I agree. It's a step in the right direction so that we can end this unrest. Tom Homan's going to say, we're getting these guys. If they're bad guys, if they're pedophiles, if they have, whatever they've done, if they're bad guys and they're here illegally, we're going to get them. So do you want
to... ICE has been around since what was it, 2003? 2004? You can't just refund and abolish something that's been around for well over 10 years now.
Help us or not. If you help us,
you do realize that the past, I don't even know how many presidents, it's been at least 4 or 5 since Bush. So 4, because it's been Biden, Trump, Bush, and then Obama. So they've been around for 4 presidents now.
You won't have
they've
these
all
riots in your
used
city. Your
ICE
city
to
won't be
deport
on,
illegals.
top story of
That's
every
why it
news.
was originally
Everything will
made.
get back to normal in Minneapolis, so let's work together.
Yeah, also, they want to focus on the fraud, which is massive and growing.
Yeah.
$9 billion, and the cash register is still going off.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
$9 billion, dude. That's
to the
crazy.
Fox News YouTube page to
That's
catch our
so
hottest
much fucking money.
Melania the film.
Hold on. There we go. And it's crazy to think that that people are saying that the numbers, the percentages for how many people wanted this are going down. It seems to be going up.
Want every illegal deported?
Sometimes I like blunt questions because they sort of get at the underlying feelings that people have. So this is about as blunt a question as you can get. Deport all immigrants here illegally. I will note the ABC News poll asked about...
It's kind of crazy that even New York is in on that.
Documented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deport all immigrants who are here illegally. 55% of the New York Times. Mark.
So overwhelmingly, most people want to deport all the illegal aliens. Okay, well, there you go. Exactly. So this is what I've said before, right? The entire idea that this is an unpopular opinion is bullshit.
It is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It's a bullshit opinion.
It's just that you have a bunch of people that are too scared to go against. And let me tell you why they're scared to go against the unpopular opinion. It's because they fucking threaten you, dox your family. They try to hurt you. They try to insult you. They're violent. That's why. I mean, you could even see it in the chat, dude. You see it in the chat right now. You can see it in the chat. It's all in the chat. Just scroll up, and this is the whole reason why I haven't been banning as many people. If you scroll up and down in the comments right fucking now, you can see that the opposing side of this, you can see the difference. How everyone that is for this is just saying ice, ice, baby. And then you can see the threats. You can just scroll up and down on my chat. It's all there. That's why people haven't been talking out about this. That's why they think that people don't want this, but it's because everyone's just too scared to say anything to them. They don't want to get doxxed or have all their shit taken away or lose their job. Nobody does. But they also know what's going on. They can see it,
At 64%, CBS News 57%, ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which
64% is crazy,
I believe gets at the underlying feelings,
that's right,
do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no argument.
You see how quiet the chat got when I did that? You see that? Interesting, isn't it?
with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across four.
How's it going? Look, book burner.
Immigration in this country.
This is what's crazy is that deport all undocumented immigrants. And you remember in 2016, like Trump didn't even say that, and people were getting mad at him. But now look at this. It has almost, well, not really almost, but it's gone up by like fucking 50% almost. This is a crazy increase.
Well, they have to force people to think the way they do because they know that what they're saying is crazy. Like, if what you're saying makes sense, people will be all for it. But if you start poking holes in what they're saying, it falls apart really quick. Well, that's why they're trying to be so aggressive about it. That's why their protests aren't working, because anyone with a brain cell can see that what they're saying is crazy. It's actually like insanity.
Undocumented immigrants and deporting all of them have become considerably more hawkish, and I think that gives Donald Trump much more leverage to go with the American people and sort of have these hawkish, some might say harsh.
Hey, you see the comments now? You see how quick that changed? You see that? You see how it completely turned upside down? I didn't change a damn thing with the stream either. I just started showing the numbers.
Different rhetoric.
That's all I did.
And also issue based.
This is why they voted for him. This is what the people want. It is. Don't listen to some crying, hysterical Karen on social media. This is what people want.
Sort of going after immigrants who are here illegally, want immigration levels decreased. This includes legal and illegal immigration. Look at this.
Well, you know why? Because whenever you own a home, and you walk outside and you see 50 people living in the same damn house, and then the same thing happens to the house across the street, and then the same thing happens to the house 3 doors down, you start realizing that maybe you got a problem. And the people that are out there protesting are either Nepo babies, they're on some form of Social Security so they don't have to work. I'm emphasizing the older people, by the way. Or they're straight up being paid out there to protest. Like, if you have a job, bro, you ain't got time for that shit. You too busy trying to afford groceries, man. How you got time to afford your rent and groceries if you out there protesting all damn day? You don't. You either getting paid to be out there, or, you know, in some way, shape, or form, you're getting paid by the government already. So, like, come on.
Last year, 55%.
Wow.
That is the highest.
Why do you think the mayor of Minnesota was so willing to come to the table and make a deal with Trump? There's something's going on behind closed doors that we don't know about, obviously.
Level since the 9/11 after.
I can see why it was low after 9/11. I can guess that.
Matt, you go back just to 2020.
And this again, legal and illegal. So they want people want less people coming into the country.
Exactly.
Well, duh, of course, right? Whenever you're importing a bunch of people and they're driving down wages, absolutely you'd want less of them.
Exactly. They want less people.
36% to 56% is a 55% increase? Oh my God. So people, okay, actually, you know what? We're not even going to talk about math.
Coming into the country. Look at that. That's a 14-point rise from 2023. You go back to 2016 when Donald Trump again was running for president the first time. It was 38%. That's a 17-point rise. So the bottom line is
a 17-point rise in 1 year is fucking ridiculous.
Bro, that garbage truck job, dude, that shit sucks. But man, you making good money, I bet. Whenever I worked at the bus barn for I'm going to say an ISD, because it was a school district, as a school bus driver, a lot of people were talking about going to work for the garbage companies to make extra money and stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't know if y'all want to do that. Like, I looked into it and I was like, holy shit, these guys work like dogs, man. But they make good money. You make good money, especially if you have a good crew and you have good hours. You can make some good money.
Reason why they can't stop.
Good route.
If they stop doing this, they are literally not enforcing the will of the people. This is what they want.
More folks.
Immigration only helps the rich. You're right. The only people that benefit from mass immigration are business owners and politicians that are able to capitalize on the votes. Those are the only people that benefit from it. The average American worker does not benefit from it. Middle class people don't benefit from it. Working class people certainly don't benefit from it. The only people that do are upper middle class and upper class people that are able to exploit that labor. That's it.
And they exploit that labor, the illegal immigrants, by getting them on benefits, not paying. Like, you could work a 9 to 5, let's say at a garbage company. Here's a good example, since we're on the topic. You work at a garbage company, and you work 13 hours a day. That's probably a low estimate. You guys bust y'all's asses, bro. Hats off to the garbage industry, straight up. You guys are freaking beasts. And you work, like I said, 13 hours a day, and then you have someone who just started, who is questionable, but is we're in this instance, we're gonna say they're an illegal immigrant. They make the same amount of money you do. They work the same amount of hours, but because they're illegal, they're getting paid under the table, which means they're not making any. They're not being paid any taxes, so they're not having taxes taken out of it. And then to boot, they don't have to worry about health insurance. And you can't do that as a U.S. citizen. The company is forced to give you that. So you are working at a disadvantage even from day one. That's how these companies operate. That's exactly how these companies operate. All these rich people, that's how they operate. They want to get the labor they don't have to spend the extra dollars on. That's why they're able to cut all those costs. And yet somehow they're still charging so much at the grocery store.
People who are here illegally deported, and their overall feelings towards immigration have become considerably more hawkish.
63% say they're okay with deporting immigrants who are here illegally and arrived in the last 4 years. 87% are good with deporting immigrants who are here illegally and have criminal
87%
records.
87%. Literally, imagine going against something that has 87% support. That's crazy, isn't it? Oh my God. And I don't know what this is. Why not legal? Well, the reason why is because, for example, H-1B visas. So if you bring over a guy from India and then you're able to pay that guy from India the same wage as that you're able to pay an American, the guy from India actually has an advantage over you. And let me explain the reason why. There is an extra level of job security, or security that the employer has, that Indian worker will maintain and stay at their job. And they will probably tolerate higher degrees of maybe mistreatment. They might tolerate higher degrees of overworking. And the reason why is because they don't
come in the wrong chat to say that, brother.
Something that you can hold.
Bro, I was a firefighter. I saved people's lives that weren't even in my district. I've been in fires and saved people's lives. Fuck America. That's fucked up, man. Why would you say that? That's just wrong. Fuck America. That says everything that there is to say about all the stuff that's happening in Minneapolis, doesn't it?
Over their head.
That seems to be the big problem with the whole damn thing, doesn't it?
To make them do things that you want, then yeah, absolutely, that plays a huge role. It does. Threats of deportation if they lose their job. Exactly. So that's the reason why. So even if you're competing on a completely even playing field, like systematically that person has a more appealing, like who do you want to like, this is a good question, right? If you're an employer, who do you want to have working with you, right? Do you want to have the person?
Really? Oh. Ugh. I can't find my binder with my certifications in it. I don't know where the fuck they're at, but I still have my work shirt from when I worked at Harris County. It's my work shirt. This is Nomex. It's flame retardant material. I was a paid fireman. I went to college for it. I need to find that binder. That's going to piss me the fuck off now. I always keep it in the same spot. I think the last time I took it out... it's been a minute. It had all my, like, NCCER... not NCCER, all my fucking certifications in it. It's kind of pissing me off now.
Working for you. Do you
That's
want to have
gonna
the
bug the
person
fuck
that
out
can
of me.
quit whenever they want and just go work somewhere else? Or do you want to have the person whose entire life is tied to your company? Well, you want to have the person whose entire life is tied
That was
to
a
your
fun
company.
job. I'm not gonna
because that
lie.
person
Firefighting is probably one of the most fun jobs I've ever had, for sure.
is going to try to work harder, and you can take advantage of them more easily, and they don't really have a recourse for it as much. Armed protesters, the second they see an ICE agent.
Yo, that's exactly how they act. They see an ICE agent or anybody that's against them, they're just like that. Bunch of little bastards. Yo, Jim Carrey's a Jim. Humanity, it's gonna be a sad day for humanity when we lose Jim Carrey, bro. Seriously.
You shouldn't do that. They threw a frozen break. Wait, what is this here? What, they got these animals going crazy?
They're everywhere. Shut the fucking doors. Shut the door.
Shit, I wish I was pretending, brother. There is some shit that I wish I could never fucking see. There is some shit that I would gladly unsee. Abso-fucking-lutely. Bro, there ain't nothing that fucks with you more than when you gotta roll up with kids involved. I've had my fair share and I've heard horror stories. And I don't want, dude, fuck that. I've had my fair share of horror stories, trust me. Fucking sucks dick.
Look at him.
Whoa.
It's a water bottle.
We're fucking pressed. We're pressed. Do you know what the First Amendment is? First Amendment. Yes or no? They threw
No, they don't.
a frozen ice brick at the car. Take off your vest.
Dude, what have I been saying? This just came out today. I've been saying they've been doing this for like a week now. Of course they've been doing that. It's a protester tactic. It's what they do.
The shame shit is retarded and cringe. Well, I think that it makes a lot of sense. These are people whose ideology and their entire worldview is derived from Marvel movies and popular media. So it would logically make sense that...
Yeah, that happens whenever you don't keep the stream moving. That's what happens when you don't keep the stream moving, bro. Don't write this shit. The wheat from the chaff, right? Oh damn, we got a chit chatter over on Twitch. How's it going, Twitch chatter? We reacting to Asmongold, brother.
A movie scene that was very well seen. It was very
politics
popular and well established in Game of Thrones would be the way that they see the world, because they're looking at it through the lens of just basically TV shows. They think it's a TV show.
I've spent my entire adult life.
I can't really use the extra ammo. See, like, a lot of people have been saying, like, the whole, like, why does he have an extra magazine? Whenever I carry my gun around, I always have my spare magazine. I always do. It's not like a, for me, it's, I don't know, it's like a comfort thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I usually carry mine around because my shit's all dirty. from being in like my pockets and sweating and shit all over it. So like, I typically carry the extra one in the off chance that for whatever reason it like something gets fucked up with it, I can just eject it and then put another one in. But like, I don't know, could be anything. I've seen a lot of people are like, if they disarm the guy, I'm gonna say this obviously, if they disarmed a guy and they still shoot him, then obviously the people that did it should go to jail. But that doesn't mean that they should stop the entire investigation that's going on in Minneapolis. There's just one incident of they fucked up and, you know, put the ICE agents in jail if they fucked up, and it confirmed through the investigation that they fucked up, and keep doing what you're doing because, I mean, there's still people that need to be deported. Just like any other police operation, you get the bad apples, throw them where they need to go, and you keep going.
Enforcement. And I have never heard of one law enforcement agency not helping another when they call for help.
It's ridiculous. You're right.
Until this weekend.
See, that still blows my mind. Because I've heard about this as well, where the departments, the heads of the departments are telling these police officers not to get involved with the ICE facilities or any of the situations going on around the ICE facilities, and people are like calling in, even the ICE facilities themselves when they're having like problems with rioters, they'll call to the, you know, the police departments, and the police departments are being told not to do anything. You couldn't do something like that on the fire field. Like, you couldn't tell. Usually we have like 3 people to an apparatus meaning a fire truck, right? And sometimes we had 4, sometimes we did. The style of aggressive firefighting that we did, we would just, usually we would be at the fire within like not even 2 minutes of being at the scene. So typically it has a higher rate of entrapment of something falling on a firefighter. And they don't really want you going in by yourself. That's a big no-no. It's always the 2 in, 2 out rule. And so if one person got trapped, you could almost guarantee the other person would get trapped, which means that if you're working with a team of 3, whoever's in the apparatus, the fire truck, they have to call for backup, right? It's just how it is. But I guarantee you, even if the fire departments in the area aren't specifically designated for that fire like area, because like you can work with outside districts, but I guarantee you, if a district that's not part of that and they're not going to get funding for showing up, I promise you, they will send help. They absolutely will send help, no matter what. You call a mayday, which is, it's a fucking terrifying scenario, and you will have like 7 districts show up instantaneously. It's the craziest fucking thing you'll ever see. The fact that these guys are being attacked, they're being assaulted, they're calling for help, and nobody's showing up to these guys is fucking insulting. Why are you working at these departments that are refusing to help federal agents, that are refusing to help fellow police officers and veterans? You need to find a new job. That's what you need to do. You need to find a different job to work at. Because ain't no way in hell, if I hear a mayday over the radio, my ass ain't going to that building. You best fucking believe my ass is gonna move hell and earth to go into that building. And you guys are just gonna fucking leave them there? You need to find a new job.
When a chief of
You need to find a new job.
Where the Chicago Police Department instructed the police officers not to run in and help their colleagues who were calling for help, who were under attack by a bunch of people clearly violating the law. That's scary.
It is. You leave that. You let the mob decide, and people are going to get killed.
Let me give you the antithesis of that. We had a single man.
I used to work at Harris County ESD 12. It's been so fucking long. And that was over 3 years ago now. That's kind of crazy, bro. It used to be called Cloverleaf.
Resist ICE.
That's what it used to be called. It used to be called Cloverleaf.
One guy.
Even the patch has the clover on it.
Community. We sent a helicopter, a drone, K9, and 50 law enforcement officers to surround an area, and we found that
I guess
guy.
that's true. I don't really need to prove shit. And let me tell you this, the only reason why I said that is because even if people did look up the fire department, that station particularly, like, I'm not at the address that I was at whenever I was in that department, so, like, I'm actually nowhere near it now, but...
Gotcha, bitch. You thought? Yeah, 6 stars? Yeah. Holy fuck, man.
Who violently resisted ICE, and we locked him up in jail where he should have been.
Oh my God.
If you allow anarchists and criminals to run wild in your community, people will die.
Exactly. You can't let that happen. You aggroed the Florida police. Not the most efficient way, waste of resources. It is the most efficient way because you're not thinking about the future things that they don't have to do because they've done such a dramatic show of force that people realize that it's not worth trying to escape. You're only thinking about it inside of the context of the individual action and not what that action represents as a larger,
No, I'm not
basically messaging
fire
tool to everybody
department, bro.
else.
People will be shot. Now, let me say this. For other law enforcement leaders across this state and nation, you need to be standing up saying the same exact thing that I am.
Exactly, 100%.
Because when you have a breakdown of the rule of law, when you allow anarchists,
goof clowns,
criminals to take over the streets and attack law enforcement officers and then not send them help, that's a slippery slope. A real slope.
And that's the reason why members of the Minneapolis and Minnesota police departments have been quitting and joining ICE. From the last thing that I heard, there was like 50 of them. I mean, you can't just not help people who are calling for help. That's your job. Even if you dislike them as an EMT, as a firefighter, as a police officer, it's your job to help them. That's the whole reason why you wear the colors, man. If you're not helping somebody, why the fuck are you wearing those colors? Why are you wearing the badges? What's the point of the badge? What's the point of the stars? What's the point of the Nomex if you don't go and help somebody, period? If you got people calling for help, your ass needs to be down there on the front fucking line helping. Why is that even it's just crazy how everything has devolved to a point where we're lawless. We have the police officers not helping. We have first responders not helping. And then, like, it's just disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's
absolutely. I'm so glad to see this, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was born in Florida, It
don't matter, funky bitch. You ain't running no fucking thing around here, ho. All these fucking illegal ass immigrants in this motherfucker, and I gotta stand outside for illegal? Fuck you, white bitch.
And let me tell you something. He is having a valid crash out. Whenever I did the box truck, because you have to ride with the ambulance 3 times during your education, right? 3 times while you're going to college. And all 3 of those times, we were stuck waiting in the back after we had picked somebody up. We were waiting there with the stretcher with a fucked up person every time we pick somebody up. If you are an illegal immigrant, where do you think you're going to go if you're fucked up? You're going to go to the intensive care, emergency room, that kind of stuff, right? So what happens if you import hundreds of thousands of these people into a state? Well, they're going to flood the emergency room. It's crazy to me that people used to complain about Canada having waiting lines. Do you know that if you walk into a hospital, right, or an ER or an urgent care right now, you will be waiting longer than anybody in Canada because of how many illegal immigrants have flooded the system. All of our Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, Social Security, it's all being exhausted because of this massive influx of people. Even our healthcare systems are being influxed and basically just dismantled. We couldn't get healthcare before. Now it's a joke. You walk into an urgent care and you're fucked up and you got to wait 30, 40 minutes just to see somebody. It's insane.
All these fucking illegal ass immigrants in this motherfucker, and I gotta stand outside? Boy, illegal? Fuck you, white bitch. I hate you, illegal immigrant motherfuckers, and I hope ICE gets you bitches. Take you back to those shitholes. And I'm gonna see you again, my nigga. So shit show, you hear me? I'm gonna make sure you mind your fucking business. Bunch of fucking illegal immigrants.
He's not white, he's black. He's black and he sees what's going on here. Bro, if you think it's bad for white people, just imagine how it is for them. Just think about how bad it is for like the black communities that have this massive influx, because that's who it's really affecting a lot of, is the black communities that unfortunately like are mostly disenfranchised. It sucks. It is wrong. This affects everybody except for the rich. That's the thing. They live in their nice big ass gated house that's like on 17 acres of land with a nice big ass wall that protects them. They need to go to the hospital. They go to like the most advanced medical facilities in the fucking free world. Like,
justified crash out. I'm going to say it. Justified crash out. You have this shit happen.
That's why you see a black dude doing all this and not a white dude. It's crazy that they're like, oh, well, there's, you know, a lot of white people in this chat. Well, that's not a white dude. That's a black dude. Last time I checked.
This is the way it is. It is. Like, he's right. And he is so right about this. I like to see this. Fucking finally, man. Racial buff? Yeah, exactly. He should have called ICE. Yeah.
See, that's what I would have done. Like, after I had my crash out, I'd be on the phone with ICE. Straight up.
Experiencing long wait times in the emergency room? Well, look around. Are there people that aren't speaking English? Call Immigration and Customs Enforcement right now. You can save up to 1 hour in the emergency room. 1-800-ICE. It's a great idea, yeah. And yeah, we joke, but what's this here? No. And anyway, so we've had, if you can believe this.
Oh, look at that. Bro, what are those glasses? Jesus.
Another one got loose.
People going, you can't say that. You can. I did. People go.
So you got her on social media going hog wild. You got her going hog wild on social media. And this is...
Surely a sniper with a terminal illness can't be
a problem. And I don't really know exactly. Damn, I burned my motherfucking hand. I didn't even realize. I burned getting a call to a... And Trump has scrubbed her TikTok and has went private on Instagram.
Oh, because she wanted... Okay, so she made a call to violence against Donald Trump. She scrubbed her TikTok and went private on Instagram after they... Okay, so someone actually exposed her, right?
Exposed her every time. Well, I can know where she's probably not private.
And you know what's really sad is that because it's spoliation of evidence, she deleted all the videos and stuff. She could, even if she gets arrested and the evidence is deleted, you could still get arrested and charged with the same thing plus spoliation of evidence. Don't delete
Uber
stuff
Eats.
if you're dumb. Elder emo gamer mom, 38-ish, addicted to. Isn't she like 40? I thought she was 40.
Every fucking day, bro. Like, all I do is I just make. Like, this is just all I do, man. And 43. Elder
She's
emo.
43?
These people, they do 38-ish. Okay, so she's 43. Elder emo. Elder dead. Student staged a mass ICE walkout. Only has 6% math proficiency and a 16% reading proficiency.
It's been, dude. And you know what's sad? Is that I guarantee you that these students were probably coerced or told to do this by the teachers. There are way too many teachers that are part of this schizophrenic epidemic, because that's kind of what it is, that are pushing this in schools. Like, it's not bad enough the schools, the students are already cooked, but now we've got teachers that are trying to do this weird shit. Like, it's so
Not
sickening.
shocking in the slightest.
Got on this new reporting that we just heard from our Kristen Holmes.
Oh, what? Big surprise, all the students walked out? Oh, of course. You know why? Because they don't want to go to school. Nobody wants to go to school.
White House.
This fucking shit. Try it. We're skipping. We're skipping. We're skipping a lesson to teach you one. Good one. I hate to say this, guys.
Yeah,
but
well, that's the reason why Europe is currently protesting. That, like, countries all over the world are protesting the illegal immigrant, like, massive influx into their countries. It's a fucking problem. It's a massive problem.
Totally be a part of this if I was in high school. I would. Like, any time that there was an excuse to not go to class, I would take it. Like, after September 11th, I said that I was religious, and so they would let me go and leave so I could say prayers for the people that got killed. I just wanted to leave class so I could go to the vending machines. Yeah. Understandable. Man. The thing is, they probably let the kids do this, too.
Yeah.
It's loud. Did they spell any words right? They got something in Spanish. It's hard to say. It's indoctrination. Yeah, the teacher's probably letting them do this. That's what it is. Man. So a high school where
you know that what's really funny is that I think this would have happened on a Friday.
nobody knows how to read or do
7 hours. I wish that it had like the date that they did this.
math.
Because if it was on a Friday, then it was definitely staged by the
against
teachers.
ICE. Well,
They don't have to
that
deal with it
sounds
all
about
weekend.
right. Yeah, sure. Don't you think it's problematic that schools are a breeding ground for propaganda? Of course.
Oh,
That's
it's a
why
massive problem. It's a huge fucking problem.
should propagandize them differently. As I said before, we need to get every no problem. They're gonna
think-
do, and you have them teach the kids. Shut the fuck up. And then there were other teachers that we'd say, like, sir, do you need help using too, right? Bank shit. And then it's making them retarded. On the urge of bankruptcy, due to the surge of illegal agents.
Nick Shirley. Hundreds of Somalian-owned businesses are on the verge of bankruptcy due to the surge of ICE agents in Minneapolis. That's not why they're going bankrupt. They're going bankrupt because Trump cut off all the funding to all these agencies in Minneapolis. That's why they're going bankrupt. It has nothing to do with ICE. That's exactly why they're going bankrupt, is because of Trump cutting off all those funds, those federal funds that are being fed to these people. It's all gone now.
Minneapolis. Here we go.
Everybody was dreaming to open business this small.
I don't know.
But not anymore. It's very slow. We're not making any money.
Not making any money?
This problem continues. I don't think we can have our businesses.
So as soon as they cut out all of the money, all of the fraud money, everybody runs.
Oh, business is slow. Oh, business is slow. Well, then I guess you're just going to have to do what companies have done for generations and close, because you're only catering to people that are of your ethnicity and race. I mean, you don't see the problem. You move to a foreign country and then you start selling your country's products that only people from your country want in a foreign country. Of course, your business is going to be slow, especially with them all being deported right now. How else do you think these businesses have stayed up for as long as they have? It has nothing to do with the sales they make or actually being successful. It has to do with all the federal funding they're stealing away from the taxpayers. Duh.
Everybody mysteriously starts going out of business.
Airdrops of bananas and rice?
What? No way! Wow, how could this happen? We're broke. Wait, what? What do you mean as soon as they stop getting all the money from fraud, they're able to, they're not able to make any money anymore? That's crazy.
I live South Minneapolis. If you walk around, you think nobody lives the area. I think.
Where is this even at? What kind of business is this? I've never seen a business in America that looks like this. You know what this looks like? This looks like that shopping center that Nick Shirley found. Bro, I have never seen a business like this. What kind of business sells products like this? This looks like a damn school hallway. Where is this even located? Like what?
I think ICE is here to destroy it.
I hope so.
Minneapolis harassing people, closing.
Oh my fucking god. Bro, Nigel. Bro, AIing like bananas and rice being dropped to
fight our rights.
You're right.
Oh my god, dude.
Man.
Jesus, bro.
Man. It's USAID 2.0?
It is. Yeah. It totally is. That's the whole reason why LA had so many fucking riots. The second Trump cut the funding to USAID, the fucking protests, the riots, they completely stopped. They completely fucking stopped. And I guarantee you on February 1st, whenever the funding's cut to sanctuary cities, a lot of these protests are going to be done. Guaranteed. Because all the people that gather the protesters together, they're all paid. That black lady that got arrested for storming that church was paid. She was being paid by the Minnesota government.
No, right? Yeah, guys, what are we doing
here? They have stuff in Minnesota where you can get paid to protest by the government.
Have these people?
It's a whole fucking industry.
Oh my god, rights to be deported? I know. Every single one of these people that are net negative taxpayers, they've got to go back. They do. They've got to go back. Anybody involved in any of this fraud, they've got to go back. I don't care.
If you're an immigrant or an illegal immigrant, I'm saying this for both, and you just move to the country and you start collecting like benefits from the system that you're not even paying into by having a job and paying taxes, you need to go back, bro. Like, if you don't have a job and you're not paying into the United States system, you gotta go. You're a net negative to the entire U.S. because all you're doing is taking money out of the system and you're not putting back in. That's the reason why we're not going to have Social Security past the year 2030 or 2035. You've got all these people that are moving here and collecting all these benefits from the federal government and they're not putting back in. The system works if you're doing it correctly.
I'm a citizen. Not anymore. We're just gonna delete it, and then you send it back. Problem solved.
I was volunteering last 3 days.
And what I think is funny is that we can send them back. This is the 500 IQ strategy, okay?
I didn't either. I wasn't a big fan of Discord, but I made it because the power went out here once. And I was like, fuck, now I gotta use Discord, man. And that's what I did. I used Discord. I've been using it ever since. I don't really use it like that. It's mostly to notify you guys, hey, no stream today, something happened, or, stuff like that. Or, you have other people. Nigel comments quite a bit in there. It's funny as shit, dude. You can also post videos of stuff. You can post some articles. Obviously, if you post anything that's crazy or schizo, you're probably going to get banned. I probably warn you first, but you're probably going to end up getting banned if you're doing anything like crazy. But keep any videos you find, preferably keep it on YouTube, and try to stick to the same criteria of stuff that I react to.
You send them back to Somalia, and then you're going to have a few do-gooder Democrat, virtue signal politicians that will go over to Somalia to meet with these people. What if they get captured? Yeah. I mean, this isn't like going to El Salvador. I mean, there's a reason why El Salvador, they went over there. Yeah, they go out there, and they could get captured. And exactly.
Yeah, Telegram's got all the scammers and perverts on it.
Problem solved. Now they're stuck in Somalia. Not our problem. Exactly.
If you ever involved with something and you hear, join my Telegram, you might as well just stop messaging whoever the fuck you're messaging because it's a scam. 9 times out of 10, bro.
I'm afraid a lot of them are second-generation immigrants. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe you can just put those in jail.
To explain in my community.
The last 3 days.
Tell them how important
ICE
it
has
is
to
do
leave.
assembly, to do the protesting. ICE, we will see you. Everybody.
We'll see. Jesus, man. Oh, my God. So here it is. What a coincidence that once we exposed and cut off the Somalian daycare scams, other Somalian businesses started going down.
Wow, that looks like the system doing what it's supposed to do. It's doing its intended features.
It's another mystery that no one can explain. What
right?
Is this? Who's this?
Around how fucking angry I am. And every MAGA, I want to punch you in the fucking face. I want to beat you up until you are a pulp on the ground. I want to curb stomp the shit out of you.
You should go to jail for this. This is not freedom of speech. This is actively threatening people part of a political party. You should go to jail for this. This is not peaceful. This is not private. This is public post. You're threatening people. You're threatening violence. You're threatening awful violence. You should go to jail. You need to be put in a box. You need to go to your box, and they're going to surround you with 4x4 white walls, preferably padded, where you can sit in your rocker vest and you can sit there and rock all day. You can sit there and rock all day, just like this. And they'll feed you some pills, like maybe 2-3 times a day, depends on how feisty you are. And you get your 2 meals a day, and you got a roof over your head. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You don't even have to worry about ICE. The whole world is your box. In that box.
If you voted for Donald Trump, come tell me in the comments. I'm going to find where you fucking live. I'm going to beat up your whole fucking family. If you have a 5-year-old kid, I'm going to pick them off too. I fucking hate you guys.
You're going to kill the 5-year-old kid?
No, like, that's not that. Like, I can't tell you how many videos I saw on TikTok alone of people threatening Charlie Kirk's kids. They're like, yeah, we got to kill off the bloodline. It's like, you do realize that you are advocating for the death of children, right? You want kids to die. That's awful. Why? Why would you ever advocate for that? And you want to call ICE the Gestapo? What do you think Nazis were doing in, like, what do you think the Nazis were doing, bro? You think they just killed adults? No.
I told y'all we gotta bring back asylums. This bitch off a rocker.
Oh shit, it's
Chase! Violence, you're choosing war instead of peace on American.
Can you imagine how nice, like, we'd have flying cars. We would. We'd have flying cars. If we took all these people and we just put them in jail. We did. We'd just put them in jail, institutionalize them, get rid of all the immigrants that are wasting our money, get rid of all the illegals, get rid of the crazy people, and that's really all you have to do. We'd have flying cars. No CVS would have anything locked up. You could go
Bro,
to
wouldn't that be
Walmart,
nice? Wouldn't it be nice just to be able to go into a store and not have everything locked up? Wouldn't it be nice if the stores actually were able to cater to people that were law-abiding citizens? Wouldn't that just be awesome? What the fuck is that? I can't do the puppet one, but I could probably do the Tyreek travel tomorrow. I'll do that in the morning. You gonna be here tomorrow? Yeah, the puppet one, I don't think on YouTube it's automatically gonna like block out the view and it'll ruin the entire stream. It'll just be a huge problem.
This is crazy. You could
Yo,
just
we'll catch that one tomorrow, alright?
These are granola bars. But pretend it's a video game. You could just pick it up and you could say,
Just
I'm gonna take this
let me
to the
know.
front.
Let me know whenever you show up, and I could start playing it. I'll pull it up tomorrow, but it'll be ready so that way whenever you get in chat, I could react to it.
And then you take it to the front and you buy it. You don't have to get escorted by like 3 police escorts. That's it.
Yeah, like I had to do that a lot in retail as well. Whenever people wanted games, bro, you unlock the case, and then you gotta grab games, and then you have to like literally walk it to the front. Same thing with perfume. They do the same thing with perfume. How the fuck you stealing perfume, bro?
So simple.
Streets, and you destroyed the fucking country because you're so fucking racist. I hate every fucking one of you.
What's your
challenge accepted? Why don't you come up here to Grand Slam? You know where to find me.
Yep.
See what happens.
Oh. Yep, there it is again. We talking Blockbuster? Doing that really led to Nazi.
That's crazy. There was another one. Here we go. So calling for help, 2 federal officers were surrounded by a mob of far-left activists. Oh, this is that video. Okay. So this is the video that Sheriff Grady Judd was talking about earlier. This is the call to help
Last night in Minnesota. Here we go.
That they did not receive any help. This was bad, bro. This was bad. One of the ICE officers got like hit in the face with something, and he had to like lower his face guard to spit out blood. Like it was bad.
Go. Look at this.
That's a big ass dude. Yeah, look, he's got blood on his hand already. He's got blood on his hand.
And you can see this is the Bureau of Prisons, right? This guy isn't even ICE. He doesn't have anything to do with immigration. But because he's a federal officer, he gets sent out there and he has to defend this. Now, if you're a prison...
So he works for the prison. He's not an ICE agent. You can't tell me they're only attacking ICE agent. This dude's got blood all over his fucking hands because someone threw something at his face.
Officer, honestly... 'Tis just a flesh wound, right? Like, let's be honest.
And I'm going to be very clear about this. If you throw something at a police officer with the intent to hurt them,
if you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit...
There you go. This is what I think should happen to you. If you assault a police officer, a first responder, period.
One of us, you're going to the hospital and jail and most likely get bitten by or point a gun at one of our deputies.
There you go.
If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop.
Local control.
There you go. That's what should happen to you. They're not your punching bag. That's not why police officers are where they're at. They're there to enforce the law.
At the same time, it probably doesn't feel good.
Any other form of law enforcement?
He was hit in the face with a brick, not a can. He's gushing blood. I didn't see that.
You know you shot some dude with a beanbag at point blank range was just banging a pan?
And you can see him, like, and they tore everything up.
Now's not the time. You understand? Are you pressed? Are you pressed?
His hands are shaking. I wonder if he got a concussion from that.
Yeah,
you can get a concussion if you get hit in the face. Your brain can do this thing called a coup. It's where it bounces off the back of your skull. You can also have a counter coup, is where it like bounces off the back of your skull and then hits the front of your skull. Like a lot of things can happen when you get, like, it happens a lot in baseball. It's called a coup. It happens a lot in baseball. It's like one of the biggest injuries that you can get in baseball. It makes your brain swell. It causes a lot of problems.
Got him, bro.
Are you pressed?
Literally 2 guys sitting there.
Then back up. Back up now. Back up.
Yeah, they need to back up, bro. They need to back up.
Literally just 2 guys holding down the fort. Man.
Yeah, I'd be holding that shotgun too, man, because they already fucked him up. They threw something at his face.
There you go. Poor guy, yeah.
Hell no, dude, I'd be pissed. Yeah, look at that. Look what they did to the inside of that. I don't even know what the fuck this is. What is this? Well, if it's a prison, that would explain the rate cards, I guess. I don't know. But they already tore up the inside of that. Man. And they already called for police to show up. Look at that. They spray painted shit all over the walls and stuff, like
the bloody hand. I know, bro. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like this is
sad.
This is kind of badass. This.
Yeah.
How the fuck would let this happen in America? Well, where's the police? Where are they?
Yet they want to say that the police are working with the federal. This is a prison. This is just a prison that people showed up to. These are prison guards. These are federal prison guards. These guys aren't ICE.
Cinema? Yeah, bro, like 300, yeah. Dude's huge? Yeah.
Please give up.
And you see, they keep escalating. They keep moving in, doing the same bullshit they always do.
There's so many lobotomites out, dude.
Yes, that not in the video. It's not his hand, it's his nose. That's why he's spitting out blood. So he got hit in the face with something really heavy. And
I love seeing you guys say bye to these morons, by the way, dude. It tickles me so.
Taking his mask off to spit out blood. Oh my god. Like, Jesus, man. Guy's a fucking tank. One lone man.
Is everyone pressed?
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Give him a medal.
Bro, they need to get this guy some help. If he's still bleeding like that, how long has he been standing there and he's bleeding like that? They need to get this guy to the hospital. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like a broken nose or something. He's still bleeding.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
What the fuck did they throw at him?
Man. God damn. The resilience, man, I know.
Let me see.
That's my question for the press. Where is the local TV?
Man.
Damn straight. Damn fucking straight. Where is the local police department?
Yeah, where's the police department? They're out there just totally destroying a building. They're tearing it apart. He's there by himself, bleeding out. Not bleeding out, but like,
and you know what
bleeding
sucks?
Everywhere.
What really fucking sucks, because the scene is technically not safe, because like police officers have to go out and evaluate if a scene is safe before the fire department can get involved. So like, they can't even go and help this man until the scene is considered safe. Would that stop a fire department? Probably not. They would probably slap on the bulletproof vests and say, all right, boys, let's go get them. But like, at the same time, where is the local
And
police?
he's all the way there by himself.
This
That's
is
nuts.
disgusting.
PD, that's my question for the press. Where is the local PD?
Yeah, true.
What's your message to the local PD, sir?
You know what's really sad? Is these guys are standing out there as part of... Where did the two guys that were the federal prison guards get attacked? Where were the two prison guards attacked at during the... Oh, there we go. So, this was in... attacked by... No. In... Is it this one? I can't find out where these guys actually were. But they're actually part of the prison. They're corrections off. They're not ICE.
Sir, while you're giving messages, what would your message to the protesters that want you out be?
You see, they're all...
No comment.
Do you have any comments
Please
to the
get
people that want
back
you
up.
out?
Back up. Please give me some room.
Man,
they holding down the fort, bro. It's like 300 right there in that hallway, man.
Fuck, man.
That's gotta suck so bad.
Guy. That's nuts, man. Yeah.
And you know that they're hurting for people because everyone's quitting and joining ICE. And the more that this stuff happens to their local law enforcement and police officers, the more that the law enforcement's going to join ICE because, I mean, why wouldn't they? They're not. It's just wrong.
They're just
It's
trying
just
to
wrong.
ask him questions and get him to say something, right? Obviously. And
And what's crazy is that even though you have a federal officer, a prison guard, bleeding out of his fucking mouth, he's been assaulted by a dude that is just a piece of shit, who apparently they know who he is and they're not arresting him. And you're gonna sit there and ask these rage-baity bullshit questions? What the fuck is wrong with you?
They throw something at him? Okay, let me see if it is.
You press or you press? Get back. Amen. Get back.
And you see, none of this would have happened if they had the police there. None of this would have happened. All of this is completely engineered by the state and by the city. They have caused all of this to happen on purpose because they hope to profit from the chaos. That's the reason. I'm livid Trump is being utterly useless and hanging these guys out to dry.
I feel like the longer Trump doesn't invoke the Insurrection Act or something that is going to stop this from happening, the more careless it seems. And it's careless because the longer that this is going on and the more protesters become slowly but surely more and more violent, at what point do protesters actually stop talking about bringing guns to the protest and firing on ICE agents and then start doing it? That's the problem. You have to start holding these people accountable for what they're doing.
Well, I think that's over now.
You have these people throwing bricks at corrections officers, just trying to make sure they're not going to destroy more property.
I think today might be the last day. That might be it. Because, oh, this is where it hit him? Okay, let me see if I can watch that again.
What did they throw?
Jesus. Yeah, look at them. They tore this whole place up. I'll show you how this happened after this. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
They got more of the boys in.
They're rolling into cavalry now.
Like, I mean, look at this. It's like a fucking war zone. Like, and they're just letting this happen.
Mhm.
They're letting the entire thing
Well,
happen.
look, you can see in some of the clips and some of the footage where these guys came from, it's barricaded. This is barricaded right here. This right here, they tore the sign up out of the ground and they laid it across the fucking pavement. Who do you think is going to have to pay for all that shit? The taxpayers are. Duh.
Uh-oh. They got more of the boys in. Like, I mean, look at this. It's like a fucking war zone. Like, and they're just letting this happen. They're letting the entire thing happen for no reason. It's insane. Looks staged? Yeah, I know. It looks like a movie, right? Oh my God.
If you've ever seen Predator 2, and you see at the very beginning opening sequence, you see all the, like, cops shooting at, like, the mob of gang members, right? And how, like, the area is kind of blocked off and you see media and press everywhere. That's what I'm getting from this. Straight up. That's how it looks. That's right. You can't defund. I think that they should double all the police wages in America, make all of them wear body cams, and make them become an EMT or a paramedic as part of their base training. Firefighters have to do it. I don't see any reason for these police officers not to be given more money to become more, to be better for the community. What better way to show that you give a shit than to be an EMT? And then, like, if you have to shoot somebody, you can immediately go into, recovery of, well, now we got to start saving this dude's life. Give them an EMT bag that they have to check over every day. Give them a paramedic bag that they have to check over every day if they're registered or ranked a paramedic. Why wouldn't you do that? Give them new patches so that way it can show EMT or paramedic. Give them ranks based on that. I could see a whole system where this would be great. Like, this would totally be, awesome for the community. But no, we're just going to defund everybody and then let all the criminals out. That's so stupid. I'll be right back. Okay, we back. Oh.
Wild West. I know. Why is Trump so retarded? That's a great question.
I do think that Trump is limp dick in this for sure. Bro's flaccid when it comes to Minnesota, man.
Is he saying borders are over and not the fucking military? I don't know. I'm assuming that this is what I think probably happened.
230. Damn, bro. Man, that's crazy.
I think that Tim Walz is probably flagging. He's probably like, listen, we've got to come to a deal. There's,
well, Tim Walz is going to try to come to a deal before that federal funding gets cut for sure. I guarantee you that's what's going on.
People are now destroying.
He knows that it's going to look bad for Minnesota if people stop showing up to these protests or these riots, and it all is going to funnel because it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad, man. Whoo, is it going to look bad for them? They know it. That's why they're trying to cut a deal.
That everything is chaos. Things are burning. Our officers are being violently attacked. It's basically like he's flagging. Yeah, bro. Like I think that he's losing momentum. He definitely is. And then it comes out that there's a bunch of people that are in the government that are working with like these anti-federal government, these like insurrectionist people, like the anti-ICE people. Well. I mean, I think that they probably sent Tom Homan down there to negotiate something with him and to coordinate something with Minnesota. I mean, if I had to guess, that's what I would guess. Now, I mean, we'll see what happens, but like, I mean, do you really think, because like as soon as they start burning down their own city, now, like, for example, whenever there are just people that are obstructing ICE, this is something that's basically isolated to the federal government. But when you have random people that are going around downtown, that are destroying property, that are damaging buildings, that are...
The last thing that you want is for ICE to leave Minnesota. You want to see this get escalated to the next level, because if one city gets away with this, then you will have anarchy across the fucking country. You cannot falter on this. You can't run from it. You need to crack down harder. Harder. You need to. You have to. As the president and as the federal government, you need to crack down on this.
Just basically tearing the place up.
Because think about it like this. Let's say that these people that obviously ran after they assaulted this police officer go and mug somebody, they go and beat somebody, and they're within the area of this facility, right? And somebody calls for the police and nobody shows up and that person dies. You understand how this is just bad? This is bad at even like a fundamental level of... I keep wanting to say will, but it's not. It's oh my god. Oh. Let's just say that it's just not something you want from your police. It's not something you want from your police. Let's just say that. The fact that you have the police departments willingly, people that are working there willingly not responding to this blows my mind. If I was if I was a police officer, there's no way in hell I wouldn't be responding to these guys crying for help. They obviously need help. They're not even ICE agents. They're just corrections officers.
Well, it goes beyond that. Now it's a riot. Yeah, isolated? Yeah, I guess so, right? Tim Walz let the BLM riots happen? Yeah, he did. But think about what happened after that. That looked really, really bad. And I think also the reason why I think that's a big reason why he's not doing it again. It's because I don't think anybody wants to have that happen again. I think that people are probably just fatigued from it too. They're probably tired. Jesus. Look at them all. Somebody lighting off fireworks. I live here. Trust me, I bet he's lying. I don't care. He's full retard. I bet he lied to the president just to get less feds and escalate it more. I think there's a good chance that happens. I mean, in my opinion, like...
I feel like if that's the case, I think Trump's trying to go along with it so that way he can remove the ICE agents and put them where they need to be. And what he's probably going to end up doing at that point is just calling in the Insurrection Act. Straight up. I feel like that's what's going to really end up happening. If things don't get solved for February 1st. I think that Trump is rallying on that point to see if this stops.
Should charge the guy and go through and criminally investigate all of them. I think that should happen, because the thing is that the reason why they will only basically concede defeat if they can't win. Like, don't ever forget they were trying to fight you. They were trying to fight you. And so I'm not saying that, let's let bygones be bygones. But, like, the thing is that whenever you're
what really sucks about this whole thing, is that if the Democrats do end up holding the House and the presidency again, I guarantee you what's going to end up happening is they're going to put even more borders on. They're probably going to dismantle ICE completely. They're going to most likely dismantle a lot of the stuff that Trump put in, and you're going to see a lot of the stuff get reverted back. And it's just going to be a huge fucking mess. It really is. It's going to be a massive mess.
Your goal is to make sure that you're operating in the best interest of the public, right? Your goal isn't to make sure that you're operating in, some kind of other ego thing or any other bullshit. You want to make sure that you're doing the right thing for the people that are there.
That's why I'm so frustrated with these police officers. Like, you're not there just to collect a paycheck, bro. You're there to save people's lives. And if you're being told by your supervisors not to save someone's lives, you need to find a new job. You do. You need to find a new job. You need to sit in your police cruiser and you need to ask yourself why you're there. And if it's anything other than I'm here to save lives, you need a new fucking job. Period. You need a new job. You need to go somewhere else. And that goes for any firefighter, EMT, paramedic, any first responder. If you sit behind a wheel of whatever you're driving, hell, even do this every morning and tell yourself why you're there. Ask yourself, what are you doing there?
And the fact is that, yes, obviously, having a bunch of officers going around constantly, this is chaotic, it's stressful, and also, think about it like this. If the resources in Minnesota are sufficient to do the ICE operations that they're doing right now, then if they have the state government working with them, then some of those resources will then become redundant, logically, right? Because you won't need as many of those people because you're going to have the state government that's helping coordinate and cooperate with you. That's the reason why these things happen.
The issue is that they're not enforcing their own laws, their own Minnesotan laws, and locking people up for being rioters. You can't tell me that breaking into this facility, squiggling lines of words like ICE kills or ICE out or whatever they decide to put on here, destroying and wrecking the place. This isn't a protest. This is a riot. This is anarchy. If this happened in Texas or Florida, the people that did this would be in jail. But because it's Minnesota, they don't even enforce their own laws and they defund their own police. Well, of course they're getting away.
In the southern states and red states where there's no problems. So as long as you have a solution for this, that's what matters. Obviously, that's what you do, right? Everything's normal and everything's fine now, right? So they convince themselves that ICE is living in this it is a hotel. Local PD. And where is this here? One cop, that's all. One cop, that's all. St. Paul sent while rioters trashed a hotel. So these people went absolutely apeshit. This is what happened to this hotel building. This was before all of this stuff went down.
Freezing their brains.
So you can see how everything's normal and everything's fine now, right?
We don't need that kind of... We don't... Oh, yeah, no, I just...
So they convinced themselves that ICE is living in this is staying in this hotel. And so because they've convinced themselves that ICE is staying in this hotel, the logical thing to do would be to break into hotel, destroy everything in the hotel, smash all the windows.
This is so fucking brain dead, bro.
Violently assault the people working there. I mean, this is
so
just,
brain dead.
Obviously that's what you do, right? Of course. Yes. Yeah, everybody knows this. Right.
It's sad that the people that are working there They have to put the face masks on too because they're scared of being doxxed. Straight up. It's sad.
You see, trying to tell him to stop. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, do I really want to live in a country where where a roving band of retards just runs around in the fucking downtown banging pots and pans and breaking windows? Do I want to live like that? No, I don't. I think this sucks.
You know what really sucks is that these people tell themselves, oh, but the insurance. You do realize that insurance costs a shitload of money, and every time you have to use insurance, and most insurance companies aren't going to cover vandalism like this. And every time you take out insurance, your premiums are going to skyrocket, which means that you're going to have to pay more per month or the next time you renew. Like, and then if you do that to enough buildings, the insurance in the area is going to skyrocket to the point where it ends up like LA, where nobody can afford fire insurance, and then they leave. And then fires burn down houses, and now you've got a bunch of LA people that are homeless. You understand the problem with this? When you live in a society with finite resources, maybe you shouldn't deplete the resources, huh?
I do. I think it's ridiculous. Where's the damn police? The police aren't coming. They didn't show up until it was over. That's their goal. Yep. Chaotic situation. Then complain when ICE is agitated.
How'd they get inside the building?
So
the guy was standing there, right? How did he get inside the building?
Here we go.
Jesus. Yeah, here we go. They start breaking in and I guess going in through the side.
Breaking the windows. Oh boy. Here we go.
That really sucks.
They want ICE to get less sleep, then complain when ICE is agitated and hostile. Sounds like this is what their strategy is built around. Their strategy is built around creating an untenable, chaotic situation, blaming it on the federal government, and then saying that because they've created this chaotic situation, the only way to solve it is everybody has to leave and let us do what we want. Like, that's basically what their strategy is that they're trying to just basically...
And if that's truly what they want, okay, cut all federal funding, don't give them a damn dime from the federal government, and let them figure it out. Cut the power grid if they don't have a power plant in Minneapolis, they should cut the power and tell them you've got to make your own power plant. You've got to get your own resources. If they don't have a water plants in Minnesota, they should cut all the water facilities off. They should cut everything they should do everything that they would do to a foreign country. You wouldn't give them any resources. You wouldn't give them any money. You would put up a border, put up a big ass wall between Minnesota and America and tell them that this is what you wanted. You wanted this. You get it. Here you go. Cut them out of the flag and completely disown them. That's what you do. If that's what they truly want, show them what it looks like.
Make it as chaotic, as unlivable as possible, and hopefully the federal government will think, okay, well, it's just not worth it to go after, right? It's a heckler's vote. Yeah, basically, right? And that's what they're doing. That's the reason why they're doing it. That's their strategy. It's a stupid strategy, but like, that's what they're doing. Local cop support, it's untenable. It is. If you them. Jesus Christ. When do you think a conservative pulls a Call of Duty airport mission? Oh, I hope not. I mean, that would be bad. That would be very bad. But I think that if you allow, the more that you allow people that are violent and lawbreakers to do whatever they want, the more people feel like they're going to have to take the law into their own hands. That's what's going to happen. And so the more that you allow things to become chaotic, things will continue to deteriorate, and you will have counter protesters. You might have somebody bring a bomb to something like this.
Well, like, you know that there are a lot of people that aren't, like, for these protests. So, like, whenever he's talking about the counter protesters, and you're just an average Joe, like, if I was an average Joe that didn't care about politics, didn't care about anything, just wanted to go work their 9 to 5 and go home, and you can't do that anymore, and you end up either losing your job because your roadway is blocked off because of these schizos, and then they start piling onto your car, and you catch a charge for running one of them over because you're fucking scared, and your life is turned upside down. I mean, I don't think counter-protesting is the right word. Like, you ruin somebody's life like that, they feel like they have nothing to lose. That's where you get these forms of terrorism that start coming up everywhere. You got these people showing up to these mobs and just unloading guns into the fray and stuff. It hasn't gotten that bad yet. Hopefully we won't see it get that bad, but what do you think is going to happen? If they see that people are assaulting ICE officers and they see what's going on with their community and they lose their job, they lose everything, and they don't even support the group, what do you think is going to happen? They're probably going to go down in a shootout or something, you know? It's going to happen, and that's not a call to violence. That's just how it is. Like, people work their entire lives, and you sit there and you loot their buildings that they've spent their entire lives, you know, putting together. You burn down their vehicle that took like 5-6 years to pay off. They're already living paycheck to paycheck, and now they have nothing. Like, and you want to act surprised if something happens like that. Like, it's gonna happen. I'm genuinely surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Continue getting worse. Just retarding out. Yeah, I mean, this is just...
See, like, that's the thing, is, like, whenever you start having these other people come in, like, the other, like, Minnesotans that are tired of it, and you start seeing headlines of them unloading, like, guns into crowds of these protesters, you're not going to be able to blame the federal government. Because the thing is that those are other people that are just sick and tired of it. They're tired of it.
For people to go out there and make oh, here we go. These are criminals, not protesters. Yeah, obviously. Like, this is what I'm saying, is that whenever you see things like this, and some people are trying to say, oh, well, this is your First Amendment right. I'm pretty sure your First Amendment right isn't to take a snow shovel and smash the fucking letters off of a business's fucking sign. I'm pretty sure you can't do... That's not in the Constitution here.
Yep.
It's not in the Bill of Rights.
Exactly.
You've made this one up. And then, oh, this is from a while ago, but yeah. Wow. Literally shooting fireworks at the building. Not a single cop in sight. So you see all of this stuff is going absolutely fucking chaotic, and they have nobody here. The rioters trashed a hotel. The windows are broken. Oh, here we go.
What you mean by typical Asmongold viewer? What you mean by that? I'm curious.
Oh, here we go. This is the last one.
Well, I don't know. Let's see what they have to say. Maybe they've got something informative. Maybe they know something that other people don't. Clearly, they must know something. They have a viewpoint. Surely they can back it, right?
Yeah.
Surely this isn't like the typical Asmongold hater, right?
And you see they're trying to push their way in. Yeah, like, you gotta put this guy in jail, man.
Yeah, pretty much, dog shocker.
Honestly, like, they should just go and pepper spray these people.
Nothing? Why do all these people do the same thing? They do the same thing in Asmongold's chat, too. He pulls their ass up, too. Typical Asmongold hater. He literally sleeps with bugs. A badass like him. That's badass? What makes like what the fuck is your like, why do people keep saying that? They're like, oh, you're not a badass. Dude, I don't care about being a badass. I don't give a shit about any of that. What the fuck makes you think I care about any of that? Who cares about being a badass? When has Aspen ever what? I can't with this. This is just retarded, bro. Go take your pills. Go take your pills. You'll have plenty of time to do it in the Shadow Realm.
I do find it to be funny that
I'm just a normal American that sees what's going on in his country and wants to talk about it.
Really
That's all I am.
One police
Ain't a
officer
badass.
to keep all of these people
That's
out of the
stupid.
building. And if you look at the guy, that's a pretty big guy. It is. Just one guy. They don't really want the smoke. Jesus. And they're shining lights up there?
That's crazy, dude.
They're trying to make it as unpleasant and annoying as possible. Oh, wow. Look at everything.
Remember, guys, this is part of your amendments. Apparently, you can vandalize places. Yo, low key, it's almost looking like the Purge down there. Not as bad as Iran, but man, if they were allowed to kill people, I guarantee you they would be. Promise you they would be.
I mean, this is going to be thousands of dollars in repairs. It is. Wait. Oh, they're just breaking out. They're. Honestly, this is pathetic. ICE is out of control, bro. Get them out of Minnesota.
I love how Tim Walz is like, ICE is out of. Dude, look at what these people are doing. Your city's out of control.
Absolutely not. If they do that, if they end up taking any of them out by like capitulating at all, these people, what you're going to do is you've just taught them that their strategy works. And if they do that, it's one of the biggest mistakes that they can make. I think that they have to just go as hard as they possibly can.
They should really crack down on it even harder. They should just flood Minnesota with fucking people. Straight up. They should just flood that bitch with people. The Purge, Minnesota. Bro, these are too good. My God, these are too good. Go back. Let's see what else we can find. News.
Today, Borders Czar Tom Homan will be in Minneapolis. His first order of business, he's going to meet with Mayor Jacob Frey as President Trump looks to ease tensions between the state and the White House. The president spoke with both Frey and Governor Walz yesterday and posted about it. Fox News contributor Guy Benson joins us now. Guy,
Bro, I'm so curious to know what they talk about.
much has changed in 24 hours.
You notice how they're talking with the mayor and not with Tim Walz? You notice that?
Bavino out to his original post, but they say not fired. What do you think?
Oh, also, Ilhan Omar is under investigation now. Thank God.
Well, it seems like a demotion at the very least, and my guess is President Trump, and there were some sources whispering about this over the weekend, he was watching how everything went down in this terrible, deadly incident, the response, the statements that were made by high-ranking officials, and the backlash against the untruthfulness of some of those statements, or at least the debatable nature of what they were saying. And he said, you know, enough of this. This is, among other things, a political and PR battle, and a way to lose it is to not have credibility with the public. And so he decided to send in Tom Homan, who's a very experienced guy. He understands the job through and through. He wants to take it very seriously and do it the right way. And I think that Trump going out of his way to note that Homan hadn't been involved in Minneapolis or Minnesota was sort of a blank slate moment to say, hey, This needs fresh eyes, fresh leadership. And by the way, he's reporting directly to me. That was a shakeup, and I think a needed one.
Right, and I think it's leadership, too. I'm going to take action. Christy Noem.
Oh, I have. I think I have. That's the one. Isn't that the song they made about, that's the one they made with Asmongold. Yeah, I watched Asmon react to that. That was funny. That's peak.
Fresh eyes
That's
in there
peak.
that have credibility on both sides. The other thing I think to point out, too, Tom Homan's kind of iced out. You notice he wasn't on television for the last 2 or 3 weeks. His focus is going to be on the worst of the worst. And I sense that Bavino and company were just scooping up some people that I don't think the president was for. I mean, it was about 6 weeks ago when the president was talking about finding a way for people that have been here 20, 30 years or 15, 20 years and finding them a way of have maybe a long-term work visa with a sponsorship and that type of program. That didn't coalesce with what we were seeing.
Well, the promise was mass deportations that applied to anyone in the country illegally, but the focus that they really targeted in terms of their rhetoric and certainly many of their actions was the worst of the worst, people with criminal records. And by the way, in the first roughly year of this Trump administration, according to ICE data, about 70% of ICE arrests were of people with criminal histories in the U.S. So that's a very good batting average. I think the thing spun out of control in Minneapolis, largely due to the left, by the way, and these roving...
No, I don't think it has to do with the left or the right. I think it has to do with Tim Walz and that mayor. It has to do with all that fraud that Nick Shirley uncovered there.
Rogue bands of...
Stop using this left and right bullshit. It's bullshit, bro. You got a bunch of bad apples, a bunch of rotten apples in the apple grove, man. Stop saying it's the land that it's on. It's not the land. It's the few rotten apples that you got to get rid of.
Dictators that are almost like these militias running around, stalking these all in many cases, missions. And I think Trump was right to finally get on the phone. So have to give something, and hopefully Homan can broker that.
Hey, Guy, I never heard outside that hotel is not peaceful. Hey, I want peaceful protest, but I just heard you bit off the finger of one of the agents. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they out there biting off agents' fingers now. Like, that's a new one to me. How you out there biting people's fingers off, bro? And calling that peaceful? What?
They have not called out anything. They've made ridiculous statements like this is about love and sticking up for your neighbor. I looked at Mike Schellenberger last night and says, I would say that almost nobody on the street knows any illegal immigrant. They're out there organized, some of which getting paid. And we see some of the transmissions, taking down license plate.
Well, let me tell you why you're not seeing any illegal. Like, I don't think I've ever worked with an illegal immigrant because of like the field that I ended up in the past 4 years. There's no way that I would have been able to. But the reason why is because they have their own shopping centers that they have in these sketch buildings that they only know is there. They're taking all these federal funds so they don't have to assimilate in with the rest of society. That's the reason why all of these shopping centers are catered towards like people from their own country. They're not assimilating, and they're barely speaking any English, so they're not going to be around. They literally like hang out outside of like apartment places or places where they know that people are going to drive by and offer them money to do like menial labor and stuff. They of course you don't actually work with these people unless everyone is illegal, which typically is what ends up happening. Like that guy that is in I think it was some kind of marijuana manufacturing facility where ICE showed up to, and every worker that he had, even underage workers, were all illegal and were all arrested. And they need to start holding these companies that are hiring these people accountable for this bullshit too. That's how you really get it to stop. If you find like a bunch of illegals working at a Walmart or a Sears, you need to charge them. You need to charge them with I wouldn't say aiding and abetting, but they need to come up with some laws that puts these people in jail. It's ridiculous.
Moving not like a militia, as a militia. Meanwhile, it leads us all towards a government shutdown. So they're talking about to deprive ICE of money.
Dude, Wolfenstein, Youngblood. Oh, that's a nasty one, bro. Wolfenstein is such a great franchise, but Youngblood just ain't it.
They're not going to fund the DHS.
I don't know if it's just me, but I didn't even finish Youngblood, bro.
Means no
it just felt too weird.
Means a government shutdown, means no one gets paid, including the military. Do you think Democrats are going to follow through on their threat?
Well, I think it's important to see what actually plays out in Minneapolis. I hope that finally the governor and the mayor are going to say, fine, you can have access to our jails. We'll do these transfers in an orderly fashion, and then you can pull back from the street operations. Homan has offered that.
I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to pull ICE out. They're going to see if the mayor and Tim Walz sticks to their deal. And if they don't, I feel like he's just going to put in the Insurrection Act and be done with it. What?
As well as community partners who stepped forward with case facts and evidence, their cooperation was vital. And at this time, I want to turn it over to Tippecanoe County Prosecutor Patrick Harrington.
Thank you, Chief. I also like to thank some other law enforcement agencies for their help. As many of us know in our community, when this first happened, we did not know the scope of this or who else may be targeted. The Audubon Town Marshal, Benton County Sheriff's Department, Battleground Marshals, Dayton Town Marshals, Clinton County Sheriff. We thank the Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Department.
Today, Borders are.
I guess we'll see.
Will be in Minneapolis. His first order of business, he's going to meet with Mayor Jacob Frey as President Trump looks to ease tensions between the state and the White House. The president spoke with both Frey.
We're going to see how it goes. We might not find anything out today, but for sure tomorrow. Network coordinates chaos.
So this is what's happening last night in Minnesota. Here we go.
Get back!
I don't know what that.
Oh, is that the brick? What was that?
They threw a brick to his head.
Calling
So it was a brick. They indeed threw a brick.
for help. Federal officers were surrounded by a mob.
This pisses me off.
And you can see this is the Bureau of Prisons, right? This guy isn't even ICE. He doesn't have anything to do with immigration. But because he's a federal officer, he gets sent out there and he has to defend this.
Are you proud?
Poor guy, yeah. It's like a mask off to spit out blood. Oh my God. Guy's a fucking tank.
That is a big ass dude. That's a big ass dude right there. Like, he's that one person you don't want to be, being escorted by, especially if he's a prison person.
Yeah, that's a motherfucking patriot, man.
Hey, if you think you're gonna escape and then that big ass dude walks through the doorway, you're just like, man, fuck.
That's my question for the press. Okay, where is the local TV?
He's right. Yeah, where's the police department? They're out there just totally destroying a building. He's there by himself. The St. Paul police turned around to let an anti-ICE mob storm a Hilton with agents. What? Guys, there's something wrong. So these people went absolutely apeshit. This is what happened to this hotel building. This was before all of this stuff went down.
Are you sure you put it in Discord? I don't see it.
Right. I do find it to be funny that...
Why are they trying to take the machine out the door? Is that like, what is that, an ATM? What is that?
I do find it to be funny that they only really needed one police officer to keep all of these people out of the building. Just one guy.
Well, that's the thing that not a lot of people seem to understand is, like, if you just have police there, it puts a level of accountability on these protesters because they know that if they fuck up, they're probably going to go to jail. There's a huge difference in how they act if it's anything other, if it's an actual police officer wearing the blue colors. I guarantee you they would be in line. I promise you they would be.
Yeah, all hail the First Amendment. It allows me to break windows when I'm angry. That's right, guys. And so these absolute fucking animals just went totally crazy on this. And you see, none of this would have happened if they had the police there. None of this would have happened. All of this is completely engineered by the state and by the city. They have caused all of this to happen on purpose because they hope to profit from the
I'm not a big
chaos.
fan of young blood, trust me. I don't like that that game at all. So let me check on. Let me see. We're probably gonna watch this one tomorrow. Far Left Network coordinates chaos. There is somebody doing something somewhere that is causing them to be coordinated like this. I guarantee you. Guarantee you someone's getting paid. Okay. What the fuck?
Film showing the First Lady like you have never seen her before in the days leading up to President Trump's second inauguration.
Here we go again.
What is
Glad
this?
you did.
Open communication. There you go. We are living in the dangerous times, and
Yeah, I'm good. I don't really know what the fuck she's saying, but I'm good. What a great statement.
Orders.
I love Florida.
If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail.
Yes, sir.
Let me be very clear about that.
Yes, sir.
If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail.
Yes, sir.
If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired
Yes,
because
sir.
we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail.
Yes, sir.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail.
Yes, sir.
And most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that
Kudrow hasn't had his snacks in a few days.
have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
You goddamn fucking straight. You goddamn fucking straight. Let's hear that again. You can hear the audience. You can hear them go, oh.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Yeah, dude, that.
I'm going to play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, boys, we're going to watch this, and then we're going to roll out for today. I got to fucking edit all this shit out. It sucks.
18th, 2024.
Holy crap, that's
On a
loud.
cold night, officers with the Greendale Police Department in Wisconsin performed a traffic stop on a vehicle struggling to stay in its lane.
W Midwest Safety, hell yeah. Actually, do I want to watch this one or a different one? Hold on. I think that we could find a better one. I think there was one that I thought was kind of cool. Oh, no. Okay. Another one naturally selected himself. Hold on.
On January
Now we're going to watch this
18th,
one.
2024. On a cold winter night, officers with the Greendale Police
You're going to like this one. We already covered somebody that decided to jump off a bridge trying to get away from police. Bitch got naturally selected, so.
in Wisconsin performed a traffic stop on a vehicle struggling to stay in its lane. What should have been a routine encounter would soon turn into a fight for their lives on the edge of a bridge.
Bro, what are you playing? I can't have that coming through the audio of this video, bro. What are you doing?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello, sir. Hello. Hey, Officer Bukowski, Greendale, please. Police department, can you roll down your window for me?
Oh, is that what he did? He tagged it.
So the reason-
Did you hear that? Did you hear he tagged it? He like put a magnetic thing on it. You hear it? Listen, you can hear it. You heard it? You heard it? He tagged the car. That's kind of cool.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hey, Officer Bukowski, Greendale, please. Police department, can you roll down your window for me? So the reason I'm stopping you, you're having a hard time maintaining your lane. Is there a reason for that, or no?
Oh,
You have
Yakuza's
your
so
driver's license on
good.
you?
W Yakuza, bro.
Where are you headed today? Where's work at?
No, I don't want. I was up the road.
I'm confused. Where you headed? Do you know where you are right now? Where are you? Okay. You know what city you're in? Franklin? Okay. So where are you headed?
I'm driving around.
You're just driving around? Here's that back. I'll be right back up, okay?
Driving around. And you shouldn't be driving nowhere if you sit there weaving in and out of the lanes like that. Oh, people already arriving.
How's it going? Oh, fantastic. You guys got 5 priors.
Holy shit. Holy shit. No way, bro.
So he can't maintain his lane. Barely had his window open. Could smell the odor. And, I'm gonna probably take him back to the lobby.
Because it's cold. Makes sense.
And I can give him the option. He can do either one, but he's just very
69 traffic.
slow and yeah, and just not giving me answers and stuff. Just acting a little weird.
Do you have a valid license somehow?
It's been a while. Last OWI was in 05.
Holy cow. Let's turn his car on. Yep, he's turning his car on.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, is he gonna run? Oh, he's got his hand on the,
Can you roll down this window, please? Can you roll this down?
He gonna run?
Turn your car off. Turn your car off.
Hey, Brian. Can you do me a favor and step out of the vehicle for me? Huh? No, sir? Why is that? I'm lawfully telling you to step out of the vehial.
Got my driver's license. Got my driver's license.
Nope, you have to step out of the vehicle.
There's no reason for me to step out of the vehicle.
Open the door. Don't take off.
Do not do that.
Don't take off.
I'm not going to.
Turn off the car now. It's either, you got 2 options. You can step out of the car, I'm going to break this window.
He's taking off. Yeah.
Yep, there he goes.
22 dispatch. He took off. It's going to be a...
Yo, they need to do that more often. Why don't every police officer, they just immediately tag your vehicle? Like, we're going to get to a point where the police officer are going to, like, hook your vehicle up to, like, a bed or something. So that way, if you try to run with your car, it's going to automatically, like, not be able to go anywhere.
55.
That's what we need to do.
Investigation.
Anytime you pull someone over.
Coming up to Layton. Speed 60. Passing Layton. If Greenfield can get sticks up somewhere. And we're
Darwin,
passing the
that's right, man.
Continuing.
Who knows? He might win the Darwin Awards here. We'll see.
Passing 43rd and still continuing. Speed's about 50.
Like, why don't police officers have that ability? Why don't they have the ability to, like, whenever they pull you over and you actually stop and they come up and start asking you questions, why isn't there, like, some kind of, like, thing that disables your car? Like, I can understand if you're running, but, like, if they had, like, some kind of winch or something that they could pull out of the bottom of their car and, like, hook up to your car, that either prevents you from running off or, like, straight up turns your car off and you can't turn it back on until it's disconnected. Why don't we have that? I feel like that would probably save a lot of people's lives. Straight up.
Why don't you call it, Ellis? We're gonna go back southbound.
Southbound on Loomis, coming up to 43rd. No traffic.
Well, you can't tell me we don't have that if we already got the Navy that has lasers. I mean, you can't tell me we don't have that kind of technology. Or like some kind of like EMP system or EMP systems, EMP system that could like automatically like kill switch your cars, you know? What, is he gonna run now? Or is he giving up? Giving the finger.
And he's going southbound again.
Oh, man.
Appears he's trying to go eastbound at 894.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Catching in pursuit of a vehicle that went for possible intoxication when he's found on 894 from Loomis.
What the hell is he doing?
Currently one on 894 eastbound. Speeds are at 20 miles an hour right now.
He's going 20 because he's probably drunk. I would assume he's drunk.
It is confirmed the registered owner.
So it is his car at least. He's not stealing it. He's just... Well, he's not just. He's drunk.
Screened Police Department through me eastbound 894 from Loomis.
With like what? He said 5 priors?
60 miles an hour.
How's this? How are you out and about with 5 priors of the same fucking thing? Why? Why is that even... Bro, you need to be in jail. You need to stay in jail. I remember whenever they used to crack down on this so hardcore that after you did it like 3 times, like if you violated your probation after the first time, it was immediately like, wasn't it like up to 5 years in prison or something? It was something crazy. Why did they take that back? They need to put that out there more. They need to enforce it more.
We're passing 27th Street, continuing eastbound 894. Speeds are at 77 miles an hour.
Very light traffic, Roger Drive. 455, we're making off at 27th Street. He's in the left turn lane to go north.
I know, right?
From 894.
Bro, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that that was a thing that police did. I didn't know they touched the back of your car like that. That's kind of crazy. But like, this is kind of a sad police chase. This is kind of bad. Oh, is he about to naturally select himself? Let's see.
Continuing northbound on 27th. He is in the...
This guy is aware.
Left lane.
He is all over the road. Also 55.
And oh,
He's trying to.
Oh,
The freeway.
Help me, grab that leg! Do not do this, man.
oh, bro, that's definitely that's death right there. I don't think he realized how high up that was. That's death.
That's fine. Oh, can you grab his...
Is he still trying to get out? He is.
Can you get up? Grab him.
Just hang on, we got more hands coming.
It's okay. I need hands up here. No, you don't. You need no hands. Get hands up.
He is still trying to go. I mean, at what point do you say, oops, I dropped him? Because you know the prison system's not going to put him where he belongs.
No,
and you know, since you want to get drunk and continue to drive on the roadways and put everyone else in danger, you know, at what point?
That's fine. No, he's going to fall. Grab him. Come on, sir.
He's butt-ass naked now.
Let me sit. No, come on. No. Come on. Let's go.
Ooh, he just got lucky. He is so lucky it didn't turn out like that other video. And that bro naturally selected himself in that other video. Bro jumped off the side of that damn bridge and he fucking died.
Damn, hand it back now. We get tased. Do not resist, you can get tased. Got the second one.
You got him?
Yep, one's good. Good? 24, we're taking into custody. Are we good?
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, we're all
Yeah, everyone's good.
Everyone good?
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, you guys are... That's all. Jimmy.
All right, man, stand up.
Watch, he's gonna get like He's gonna get like a DUI. He's gonna get resisting. He's gonna get like a high-speed chase style of like charge. And then he's gonna go in and get parole. Watch. He's gonna get parole. That's all. I mean, not parole. Parole. He's gonna get parole, and that's it. Or probation. He's gonna get probation. So he's gonna be on probation for like 6 months, and then they're gonna let him go. Watch. This is the kind of person that once they're done with probation is gonna immediately get behind the wheel, and then even with a suspended license, drunk as shit, and then end up killing a family of 5. Watch.
Welcome back to my squad here.
Let's go this way.
Jimmy, South Milwaukee. You know,
I wouldn't try to name drop it.
I know. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, you're straight up stop. He was trying to cut his friend. Excuse me,
Okay. Go. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
The suspect, Brian Anderson, was taken into custody after officers pulled him back to
He
safety.
said his name was Jimmy. His name was Jimmy. He only said it like 7 times.
He was transported for medical evaluation and now faces multiple charges, including OWI 6th offense, second-degree recklessly endangering safety, and fleeing from an officer.
What the fuck is OWI? What is that? OWI? I'm gonna Google that. I don't know what that is. What is OWI in police terms? Oh, okay. So it's for retarded states like Wisconsin and Michigan who don't know what DUI stands for. Okay, that's what it is.
There is not yet
It's the same
sentencing
thing.
information documented for this case, and all suspects are presumed innocent.
Oh, that explains why some of these states are able to get away with letting these people go, even though DUI is a felony. I love that. I love to see how these states decide to change how certain things are worded whenever they get charged, just so that way they don't get charged at a federal level. Isn't that just a beautiful thing? I'm so happy that we have federal laws that the states can just skirt around and loophole out of. Isn't that great?
And guilty in a court of law.
And what stood out to me with these officers was the discipline. They moved fast, they weren't reckless, and they changed the situation that could have ended tragically for everyone at that scene. That's what you call professionalism, recognizing when a person's mind isn't fully present and still doing everything you can to save them. Because alcohol and a bad mental state don't just cloud judgment, they create this strange momentum. And momentum in these moments doesn't just end in arguments, it can also end in a horrible headline. Nights like this always remind me that when alcohol, panic, and confusion collide, consequences get real very fast. And the difference between tragedy and survival is the people who are willing to step in before everything slips away.
Well, that's it, boys. Ooh, wait a minute. We gotta wait till tomorrow to watch that. That's 4 minutes. That's it for today, boys. I gotta get off, and I actually have to edit out stuff. We will be back on tomorrow. You know how it goes, man. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to about like 11:30. What time is it right now? It's got to be getting close, right? Oh, yeah, it's 11:20. It's that time, boys. It's that time. Don't want to, but I gotta. I will see you boys tomorrow, bright and early. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Try to put a smile on someone's face. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And by the way, if you put a smile on someone's face, you might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head, constantly thoughts jumbled around, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the